overall, we're here to decide where we're going to take our family and what we're going to do with our family. We've been given the opportunity to withdraw from the war with my resignation.
Nah.
Doesn't necessarily mean I gotta leave. It means I just have to pass it down to someone else. And we're here today to decide whether or not that's what we want to do. Whether or not that's a path we want to take. I think first thing is first. While we know the opinions of many people, we have to decide whether or not we really want to end this war. Because, well, obviously, if the majority of us didn't want to end the war, then why are we here, right? I'm pretty sure most of us do. But just to confirm this, we've been waiting for him anyway. Let's let them come up. I think first thing we do is decide whether or not we want to end the war. I think that's clearly where the beginning of the conversation should start.
I just don't get how you stepping down ends the war, personally. I don't really understand.
Well, that's why we don't want to really get sidetracked here.
Well, we really should decide,
because that'll be answered in the Q&A and opening and closing statements. But that's fine.
Okay.
Well, the offer being proposed here is that if I withdraw as leader, then they will end the war. They being the council, I imagine. I just want to say that that's the facts. We were offered a way to end the war, and that offer is with me resigning. If you guys, this has nothing to do with me resigning, but if you guys are interested in ending the war, period, like regardless of how we do it, right? If you guys are interested in ending the war as opposed to continue it, could you raise your hand?
I think I speak for many here. My assets have been depleted by the war. I'm willing to fight, but it's just not in the books anymore.
I don't know. The only opinion I could say on this is I don't think war is good for anybody, but at the same time, like, at the cost, like, you gotta, weigh it.
There's no goal here. It's currently, I feel their goal is elimination, and that will only continue until it is eliminated. And,
okay. I think we all are on the same page that we don't feel that we deserve this and that they did this on their own volition. But
I don't want more war. No.
All right. So everyone who wants to, I think I counted 10, which is the majority, but just for clarity's sake, everyone who wants to continue the war, raise your hand.
I sort of want to raise it, but I have an explanation. Like,
Yeah, what's that, Frank?
Well, I don't mind fighting. Like the shit happens, and we don't always come out a winner, but I think if you step down just to end this war, I mean, what stops them from fucking with the next guy who's in charge? Like, that's
exactly.
Why?
It just seems like just to get you out of it, so they don't got to deal with you anymore.
So here we go, Johnny. So unfortunately, we haven't had this many numbers since literally the day that war started. Okay, I wish we could have this. Dimitri, please let me speak. I let you speak. I wish we could have this numbers, but we don't. Okay. At the end of the day, a few of us wanted to find a solution. We were told by Bruce and Andre and Jay himself that the solution to ending this war is to remove Dimitri from leadership. Whether we agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. Whether that reason is valid or not, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if we want to move forward as a family and continue to enjoy each other's fellowship, we have to do what they want. Unfortunately, we're not in the power position in this city to be able to do anything like that. Now, before we get into the Q&A, I want to bring up Louis Pelletier, who has been with the Rooks for basically since they started. He's going to give you his opening remarks and sort of a background and history of the Rooks and where we're at now. And then after that, we will go into the Q&A session where you can ask myself and Dimitri questions, and then both have closing remarks. All right? So, Louis, if you could step up, please. Thank you.
So, okay, guys, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for being part of this meeting. I speak a little bit, so I would like to take a few minutes and listen to me. The Rooks have been created long time ago, as you probably know, the concept of the Rooks was supposed to be like a family, not like a gang at the beginning. I was one of the first member with Dimitri, Louis, and Jack Hawk, and some more here. I can tell you everything. We were supposed to go through everything and then tell everything all together by the meeting every week. We had good asset in place, and Dimitri had people by his side who were helping him a lot. They were building relationship with civilian and gang members all over the city. Were respect from by everyone, and then few things happened. I left town for a bit. When I came back, someone named Rose, who was the underboss, had disappeared from town. There is rumor she died during the war with the Russian. After this event, I feel like Dimitri lost the person who kept him grounded and the person that were closest to him and the family. Then we had way less meeting altogether, and decisions were pretty much taken by only one person. The only thing is, we were supposed to do it all together because we were a family, and when someone take a decision by himself, he risks life of his own brother. With that being said, I'd relate some fact and thing that happened not long time ago that led us where we are now. Recently, we had problem with a gang who had a guy named Huddy as their own leader. You're probably aware of what happened there. And they were hating us so much. They were roaming us everywhere, and we were doing fine against them. Another friendly gang called WCA were in war with NLA at the same time, and we agreed to stand together and fight those two gangs all together. Everything was fine, and we were strong together. Then something happened to Hody and his group disbanded. After this event, our enemy was down, but the war with NLA was still going on. As I said, we had an agreement with WCA, and since our enemy was gone, someone decided to step down, and the war with NLA wasn't horse anymore. And at the beginning, WCA wanted a promise about this agreement that we will like keep fighting NLA, even yeah, the agreement was about NLA to end and disband. That was the agreement at the beginning. And yeah, the thing is, we lost all the respect we had by failing to honor the engagement we had with WCA. Since this event, everything around the family gone bad, and now you know what's happening. The thing is, we should have took a decision like this one altogether, and not just one guy by himself. This thing is only an example of what is happening since Rose disappeared. We have no more communication between High Command and members, and that is a problem because we're supposed to take decision and debate all together. During the last few days, we have reached a bunch of old respected members of the family and a lot of people all over the city, and there is one thing they were always saying. The problem is Dimitri leadership and the fact that he took a bunch of decisions by himself, even if they were good or not. The thing is, I doubt he did it on purpose with bad intention, but he failed to communicate with the family and build relationship with people all over the city. He even broke some relationship we had by himself. Even if it's not what he want. Right now, we're gonna have to take a big decision. Rooks are gonna be decided today. We're gonna have to take a vote and see if you guys think that Dimitri is still the person you want as the leader of the family. We are not asking him to leave the Rooks because we all respect what he have done for the family. He will always be part of it and will always be your brother. Right now, what we need is change and re-establish communication between High Command and the family. So we're asking him to step down from his leading role to a lower rank. He will still be part of us if he really want to stay, and he will always have his voice heard because we know that he's a good guy and a good asset for us since the beginning, and we will always respect that.
Quickly off that.
Yeah.
You're saying high command, well, why is just Dimitri being pointed at? It's fucking 4 people in red shirts here who say fuck all, so what's that about? Not just
thing
point the
is-
finger to Dimitri when there's everyone else who's in red
No.
shirts here doing fuck all. When Dimitri's out of town, nothing happens. No one else takes responsibility, and you think we're better off someone else taking control. Well, tell me who.
That's not the. That's not what the.
Just asking who you think should take control if Dimitri stepped down. Because I don't see anyone in red shirt fitted to do it, personally.
That's not about who gonna take the lead. That's about what happened with the family and what it was supposed to be at the beginning, and now where we are standing.
Well,
Right now, I don't feel like the Rooks is the same thing as it was. You know,
But
it
if
was
we were
more
taking a
about
vote,
family
we need to
decision.
know who's going to replace him, because otherwise there's no point voting, is it?
I agree with that.
if I am to
Yeah,
step
why
down,
are-
I need to put someone in my position.
So that makes a difference on my vote on who it would be.
If you want, I can bring like the statement from the Rooks book since day one. We had like a book with what Rooks was supposed to be and how we were supposed to handle everything all together. We were supposed like to be like family, but right now I feel like it's pretty much like one guy who's taking decision without asking anyone, because we were supposed to have meeting and discussed about everything. And
Okay.
the last time I saw a meeting, it's pretty much like a few months ago.
Okay, so I'd like to
Happening now.
answer. I'd like to answer Jack's question. Lewis, thank you for your speech. I appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and begin the Q&A portion of this session where you can ask us and Dimitri questions. Jack, I'm gonna go
Time
ahead
out.
and answer your question as I think
You can
that's
ask
fair.
anyone any question. It doesn't have to be
That's fine.
specific. Like,
That's fine.
I mean, everyone's got plenty of questions from a bunch of different sides.
That's fine. Jack, to answer your question, the Zetas, Triads, and WCA have given us 2 names that they'd like to step up into leadership. Those 2 people are Brandon Fitz and or Gage Michaels. That's
What?
who they've given us to.
2 people who've not been in the Rooks for fucking
Okay.
ages.
Alright, time out. Step back.
Sorry, fucking hell.
Don't tell
Step
us
back,
to
step
step back,
back.
Dimitri.
No, just
That's what they've told us, Dimitri.
time out. Just so everyone is
I
clear here.
don't know who the fuck Gage is.
Exactly.
Gage fucking Michaels.
Gauge fucking Michaels. 12 Gauge Michaels, actually.
Got L Gage.
Jesus.
I don't know
Anyway.
I don't know either of those people. Why would I want 2 people that I don't even know?
I know Brandon Fitz.
Look, whenever this whole situation was brought up, they didn't have to tell me what the Zetas or Triads want. They came back and they said, Zetas and Triads have decided what they want to end this war. And I said, wait, I already know what that is. Let me guess. They want me to be gone. And there was silence, because of course that's what it was. But you guys said was
Rex,
for
can you
me
tell
to step
them why
down.
they
It's
But you guys
tell them
hang on.
why
Let me finish the
they
sentence,
said
though.
that?
Let me finish the sentence though. You guys said it was for me to step down, which would imply that I get to pick my successor. Instead, you're implying Gage Michaels and Brandon Fitz. And I'm just gonna put this question out there for the group, so it's not biased. Can anyone here tell me what Gage Michaels or Brandon Fitz did?
I can tell you.
He
Exactly
saved
why
me
this
and
was
Rex's
legal.
life, I'll tell you that.
Dimitri, I'd like to point out something that happened recently that brought this to light for all of us. If you could not interrupt me during this, I would appreciate it, because I know you have your own views on what happened. But I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us
Yesterday?
that were involved. Yes.
Well, I'll let you say, and then I'll say what I say, and that's.
All right.
People should remember though that the people we're talking about pointed guns at all of us and shot at us, put us in the hospital,
Alright,
and
that's
attempted to
enough.
kill us just yesterday.
Alright, so if you guys aren't aware of what happened yesterday, basically, me and Gage Michaels met up at the quarry. I don't know if you know where that is, just to catch up, because I heard he was back in town. I found him at the bank, so we met up just to catch up, hoping we weren't going to be hit by the Zetas and Triads. One Zeta rolled past and left. We didn't think really anything of it, but at that point, all of the Zetas and all of the Triads that were in town at that moment rolled in because they thought it was some sort of meeting or something. They got me at gunpoint, basically held hostage, they let Gage go as he's not a rook and they respect him greatly, so they let him go, no repercussions at all. Took my phone, took my radio. I was off the frequency, but they took my phone, and they got the frequency off my phone. I had to text Dimitri, and he answered, gave me the frequency. Not Dimitri's fault by any means. All he knew is all that he knew was I was just asking for the frequency.
It's actually bizarre because I had just sent it to you and you asked for it again, and I thought I didn't send it.
Wait.
Yeah, it was
okay,
really weird.
but
It was really weird. Like I was on your name as it happened, so I was like, oh, let me just.
I mean, anyways, they got the frequency multiple times, telling everyone on the frequency, trying to bargain with my life. Eventually, Tyler gets on the frequency, and he says, just check. And at this point, I have like 10 AKs and 20 shotguns pointing at my face, and they tell me just to act normal. So I check on the radio. Tyler asks me where I am. They demand me to tell Tyler where I am. So I told him I was at the quarry. And Tyler had no idea anyone was on the frequency, and I couldn't say anything because I would be shot instantly. And so basically Tyler pulled up to the quarry. They saw him. Bruce Wong, leader of Triads, got onto the frequency as soon as Tyler pulled up and demanded that he drive his car basically to them into the scene, or that I would be shot. And yeah. If Tyler wants to talk about what happened with his scenario, I'll let you go, and
Don't
then
forget to stretch your legs.
after Tyler's done, I will continue with my side of things. But
yeah, so pretty much they said that if I weren't to go in there 20 seconds, Rex would be killed. So obviously, like anyone would, I'm not just gonna let him die. So I pulled into the situation, obviously noticing that there was 20s. Like Dimitri instructed me to do. I hid my guns, I hid any valuables, and I went in hopes that they would not kill him. Upon arriving, Rex was not shot, and I was held under direct gunpoint as well, to where we were actually both being tortured. We gave Dimitri around 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Yes, we were both being tortured. Actually, lost my left index finger.
Shit. They cut off. Oh.
They tortured him at the end.
Why?
Tyler will explain.
Why,
Let me get
why
to that.
did they torture him?
Let me get to that. So, pretty much, I was getting tortured, and they gave Dimitri multiple chances to, at first, it was they wanted him to give 10 AKs. Obviously, and I don't even blame Dimitri for doing this, he did not give the 10 AKs. So, then they changed their agreement. They wanted Dimitri to just show up. And we waited. Yes, they wanted you to become on frequency and speak to them, and that never happened. But let me finish. No response was on frequency. We sat there for 20 minutes. They kept trying to reach out. Rex sent multiple texts. I lost my finger. I got branding in my neck saying no rook. So did Rex. I got my finger chopped off, was nearly killed in the process. And then wait, I'm not done. After that, they said they were actually going to kill us both. They decided that since Dimitri didn't seem to care about us, we would both be killed. However, and I know this was my first time seeing him since his infamous definition, everything he's done. Gage Michaels had arrived at the situation.
He was there the
not
whole
really
time, but he was
yeah, so I don't really remember why he was there, but he was there, and we were. Did you hear me?
You might want to repeat that.
Tell your voice is
Do
a
I need
little fucky, but you don't need to cough drop your voice.
Just say that last thing again.
it? Can I give my perspective now? Or do you have more, Rex?
I mean, we stated this, but I just want to make it clear that this lasted about at least 30 minutes. Dimitri was given every chance he could to either... all they really wanted was you to get on the frequency, which you knew. You were on the frequency. They just wanted him to talk on the frequency so they could bargain with him and talk to him. I texted you, Dimitri, pleading for my life, giving you the frequency. I was telling you the frequency. I said all they want is for you to talk on the frequency.
I responded to your text and I tried to call you, but...
Dimitri, you didn't. You didn't respond to any of my text messages. I sent you 8 different text messages right before I was about to be shot.
There's fucking Romano. We gotta swap positions unless when you guys texted where we're at.
Why is who?
And then you guys did this, right?
Oh, yeah, you just found out.
Yeah, what the how is that even fucking...
Just let me talk, let me say something.
That's...
No,
is
you
it...
should not be
Who texted
No,
him?
trust me, let me see
Who
say one thing.
Who texted Al?
I'll
It
fuck
doesn't
this.
matter.
No one.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
fucking
What? Yes, it does matter. Who texted
There's a
you?
fucking
It doesn't matter.
So one guy saves 2 Rooks, and then they want us to let him be lead at the Rooks. Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What about all the other Rooks who died during this war? You haven't saved any of them.
Alright, I'm
No,
just gonna
Al's not
continue.
speaking here.
Why not?
I mean, why can't
Because
you
you're not
speak,
a Rook.
Dimitri?
Because you're a traitor to the Rook multiple times.
I'm a
We
traitor?
let
Not
you
a
in.
traitor.
You left
know
the
what
I'm a
Rooks.
traitor.
Yes, you left the Rooks. I let you back in, no questions asked. I give you rank. You left the Rooks. I let you back in, no questions asked. Actually, we had a vote, but you didn't see that. I gave you rank, made you my second in command. You left overnight without saying anything. No words before, no warning, no nothing. You left us high and dry. And now you're
See,
trying to come
so-
in here
Wait,
in
no,
an
no, listen.
opportunistic manner.
You're calling me the traitor, but was I the one that let my people get tortured yesterday? No, I wasn't.
That's a bull. You were the one standing next to them watching them be tortured, Al.
You had a chance to save
Weren't
us,
you,
and
Al?
You didn't do
Were you
anything.
there,
Well,
Al?
actually, no, I
Were
wasn't.
you, Al? Right.
Al pulled up
You weren't there
afterwards
'cause
and
you were
called
too
me.
Pulled
shy
up
to
at
be
the
there.
very end. Oh, he just came to town.
And if you were there, you would have stopped it, right? You would have stopped Bruce.
I mean,
didn't
did
You
you
haven't
stop it?
You haven't shot at these
Did you
people,
stop
Al.
it?
You haven't shot at these people, Al.
Doesn't matter. We're
Hey,
at war. He has a
Are
right.
you fucking kidding?
You, however,
Are you
the boss
are you
of-
kidding me?
No, hold on,
Why,
hold on. Let me say.
why are you
Let me
at
say
war,
something.
Al?
Because I listen to people that actually have my fucking back and listen to me. That's why. Something that you didn't do. You don't care for any of these people here. I'm gonna be honest,
Yo,
you don't.
Why is this nigga even allowed to talk?
Jimmy.
Let me say one thing. Let me say one.
No,
Let me
you
say
don't
one
get to
thing.
say anything. Get the fuck
Let me
out
say
of here
one
now.
thing.
No,
No,
get out.
Damon, shut up. Let him talk.
No, he's not a rook. We're having a fucking meeting that we
Chop,
need
chop,
to
Dimitri.
get
Shut
Number
the
one.
fuck up,
everybody. Alright, let the fucking man speak if he's already here, alright?
Only you, because someone fucking brought him here, that's why.
I can't hear you, Dimitri.
You
Cough
need to
drop.
cough drop.
So who's gonna own up to bringing him here then?
I literally don't care who brought him here.
He's
but
literally a
already
triad.
here, so he
He's
will fuck
legit at war with us, guys. Hello?
Dimitri, Al did more to help us than you did. He called you
That's
pleading for you
bullshit.
to help us.
You haven't even let me give my side of the story.
Okay, stop
Al
this, stop
did more
this.
to help us than you
Again,
did. Al
a
pulled
phone
up-
call that I
listen,
answered.
Stop
Listen
this.
to me. Al pulled up afterwards at the end and called you
Okay.
immediately asking
It's
why
time for
you were
my-
helping us.
It's time for my
Al
side of
helped
that
us more
story.
than you did. Oh
It's
yeah,
time
you're
for
gonna
my
say
side
I
of
was
that
taking
story.
a bullet for my
So
vehicle
if-
then.
Realize, right? People were about to hit your meeting near Taka. You know why they didn't? You know why Triads and Zetas didn't? Because I told them not to. I told them to let you guys have your fucking vote. It could have hit you guys here too, but guess what? They didn't. Want to know why that is? Because I told them not to.
And who texted
Let me
you
just
on
say one
location?
thing. It
That's-
doesn't
that's
matter.
great.
It doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter?
Let me just say my one thing. Wait, no, listen,
That
listen,
does
listen.
matter.
Let me say my one thing, then I'll leave, okay? I promise you that. I've been here since the start of this game. I've seen a lot of changes. I've gone through a lot. I was tortured, like Rex. I was tortured like you. I was shot at. I put my life on the line multiple times. Near the beginning of Rooks, near the end of IR. I think you know that too, Lewis. You were too.
Yeah, I know everything.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of leadership changes. I've seen fucking terrible leaders like Darden, good leaders like Dwayne, okay? You know what the difference was? Darden didn't listen to anyone. He stuck up for himself. That was... He wanted to go to war. He did shit to benefit himself. And that didn't end up well, okay? Dwayne put his life on the line for every single person in the Rooks and at Irish at the very end. Everyone respected him for it. Jack, times changed, okay?
Yeah, that's a nice excuse.
Alright, don't fucking interrupt. Let the fucking man speak right now.
He said he was gonna say one thing, he said one thing, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't finish, but...
Is it my turn from my perspective? Because
Yeah, wait. As I said,
Rex, you know what he's gonna say, but nobody else does. Like, the fuck? Hello?
Harley, calm down, please. Thank you.
It's time you guys start thinking about more of the gang rather than the leader, okay?
I'm sorry.
Picture it. Let me hold up.
Then if we went for D. 2
Someone
high command
pulled in
changes before half of these fuckers would even
There's
knew.
the bike that was blue.
So let's be seen.
I'm not coming here to try it.
Get your
I'm
guns
not
out,
coming here.
'cause Gage Michaels is over there, and so is Brandon Fitz. I don't know what the fuck they're doing here. I don't know who the fuck is texting these traitors.
Traitors, more than letting 2 high command die. Funny. That's
Yes.
funny. It's funny.
Does anyone here know
How about
what
this? How about
I'm saying
this?
this as a person from the audience, as a person that's going to vote Mr. Romano. You've said your piece, please leave.
I didn't finish.
Let me
finish.
You're done.
I would
You
like
can
to
go.
get back to
You don't have a say in
format.
him leaving, Damon.
Yeah,
I'm
asking him.
Shut the fuck
Well,
up. As
stop
I
asking.
said, let the fucking man speak. Let him speak. He's already here.
Interrupting, it's causing...
He
No,
is
it's not.
already
He has better
here.
things to say if you'd listen instead of trying to interrupt and take charge. It's not up to you.
I didn't come here as a triad. I didn't come here as a founder of the Rooks. I came here because I actually care to see where the gang is. I don't want a dictator to fucking lead the gang, okay? Behind the scenes, I have done shit to benefit the Rooks. You guys probably see me as a traitor, but you don't know the whole story at all. Dimitri did not listen to anything I said while I was in the Rooks. He's gonna say he's gonna fucking tell you he did. But I can sure as hell tell you he did not. A lot of things that I would tell him to do, he wouldn't listen.
Like torture people for fun because he wanted an activity for
let
people
us
to do.
get tortured. That's worse.
Al Romano went around throwing torture as a suggestion, and then yesterday.
What did you do?
His his people and he would
Wait,
have
no,
watched
listen.
had he been there.
I want to say
tortured
that.
You guys.
You wanted me to say my statement? Let me say my statement, then I'll leave. Stop interrupting. It's not what a leader does.
What the hell?
Okay. Basically, from the start, okay? I would go over the Darwin thing, the Dwayne thing, okay? Dimitri's a dictator. He does not care about your opinion. It's his way or the highway. The high command, tell me, did he listen to anything you guys have said?
Nope.
Multiple times. I know Rex is gonna disagree with me. I know Tyler's gonna disagree with me. Well, Alex might even fucking disagree with me, but he did. Oh, you don't fucking get it. You showed up yesterday. You show up today. You don't fucking get it.
He does understand.
I think I do get it. Of a lot of things that I've done, it could be a lot worse for you guys, right? And at the start, it could have been a lot worse for you. Do you know how many times I've talked to
you?
You know what, Dimitri? Shut the fuck up and let me
You
finish.
have
then
made
I'll
it a
leave.
lot worse for them. That's what you're telling them.
Who's this guy to talk to?
You're literally telling my people here that you could have made it a lot worse for them, because you are a triad, Al.
And yet he still tried to help us more than you did.
He and his people are the reason you were in that
Wait, hold up.
situation.
Do you know what,
Hello?
Dimitri? You don't even know what happened yesterday. You didn't even go to it.
Because
You were
you didn't-
staying on the
I think-
phone because
I
you
think
were
it's
scared to
time.
show up.
You stayed on the phone calling people in the background.
Do I
trying
get to
say
get
the
my side of that
shadows like
story
you
now?
always do.
Can I get my side of the story now? Because like we keep going back to that story, and you guys have given your side of that one, and you said I'd be able to give mine. Because yesterday, whenever I was on the frequency, I just got done setting up the new frequency. Legit, just sent it to Rex.
As
I
was
just
at
hopped onto
gunpoint.
it. Yeah, like I didn't know that. I'm just giving a story. And we hop on frequency. I hear Rex asking for a ride from Tyler. He was at gunpoint, asking for a ride from Tyler. Tyler went to go pick him up. Tyler seen Rex there at gunpoint, and he said, "Hey Rex, is that you? There's a lot of blue around." And Rex said, "Tyler, they said that if you don't come over here in the next 10 seconds, I think it was, they're gonna kill me."
Raven, they don't get it.
Tyler being a really nice guy, which Rex should have known.
Why
Obviously.
are you blaming this on me? Is my question. How does this have anything to do with me? Tyler going in there has nothing to do with me. I was simply following demands so I didn't get
Rex,
shot in the
you are
head
the
on
victim
site.
here.
How am I?
Being at gunpoint, you're the victim. You're not to blame.
Right.
Exactly.
Tyler is not to blame for trying to help you.
No, Tyler is obviously going to clearly help.
Clearly. Like, you didn't.
Right.
Neither of them are at fault. Let's make
And
it
as
clear.
this
Rex and
happened,
Tyler are not at fault.
I told Tyler, like, we shouldn't be doing that, but, you know, whatever, drop your shit and go in there.
Yeah, Dimitri, we know you don't help family members, but Tyler is actually a good person.
Well, I know what they're going to do.
We know what you do. We know what you do.
I've been through war.
Tyler's different.
This is war. I know what war is. This is war. This isn't
Rex,
fun and games.
war.
Even Tyler said himself he wouldn't have given 100 AKs, so, like, let's not even insinuate
I didn't
that.
expect you to give any AKs. I expect you
Anyway,
to
let me finish my
leader.
story, Rex. Jesus Christ, you're implying that I didn't try to communicate and I didn't try to show up. When I said they didn't offer, they didn't tell me where to show up. We looked in the quarry, we didn't see you. Jerzy didn't find you there. Anyway, and I didn't have a radio the whole time you guys were like, hop on this frequency because I got robbed by NLA. I didn't have a car either. And I was ran to a meeting. I don't want to mention the name of the person I was meeting because it's kind of lucrative for us. But long story short, you're implying that I didn't show up, but I was never told where. I was given a frequency without a radio, and I tried to call you, I tried to call Tyler, I tried to call them. I talked to Bruce on the phone. When I talked to Bruce on the phone, he gave me no alternatives. He said 100 AKs, which, like Tyler said,
He didn't.
we would. What?
He said 10. He said 10.
I didn't mean to say 100. I meant to say 10. Sorry, 10 with 100 rounds is what I was thinking. And like Tyler said, he wouldn't expect that anyway. He didn't say where to show up. He didn't say anything like that. And I said, what's stopping you? And I asked him, I was like, what's stopping you from just doing this again tomorrow? Because I was about to pay it. I was about to give it straight out of treasury, or even my own pocket. Because I mean, I could pay it right now. And he said nothing. Nothing stopping them from doing it tomorrow. He didn't give me any promises. And even if he had promised, just like the Zetas promised they wouldn't hit us in clothing stores, just like the Chides said they wouldn't raid our HQ, just like they all promised in this war. And that, like, nothing they said can be trusted.
Can I interject for a second?
Then they went and found.
I need to
Then they went. Let me finish
No,
real
you
quick.
don't,
And then they
Rex.
went and found
Yes, I
two
do.
X. They went and found two X Rooks, two Rooks that have left, and are probably the most angry Rooks, except Brandon. He's not really angry, but to say that he could be leader is kind of absurd because then you don't really know why he had to leave. But that's not the point.
This is the Q&A section, so if I may, can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I understand that you would not give the guns. I would not give the guns. This goes by the logic of do not negotiate with terrorists. However, I would die for any one person here. I will put myself in the line of fire. I will go down fighting. I would have gone there in person and talked with them. And honestly, I would have expected you to go there in person and talk to them as well. Why didn't
I didn't know where to go.
That's conflicting statements.
You did.
'cause
I said on frequency.
heard like 3 people say that they told you where it was.
We searched the quarry. We didn't see. I was trying to find a Zeta and Trad to take hostage to trade.
No matter where this goes, I'm with the Rooks. But how do you
Yeah, I am
see 30
too.
people there? Quote unquote 30 people. There was roughly 30
I don't
people
think they
out
were there. But I don't know. Did they move you guys? Or were you guys there the whole time?
You didn't see the 30 Zetas and 20 Triads that were right in the entrance of Quarry. That seems BS to me. That seems complete bullshit.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. It was Jersey looking, to be clear. Like I said, I got robbed
yeah,
in LA. I
you
didn't have a
you
car.
didn't show up,
I was at a
that's
meeting.
That's a very good
Wait, actually, yeah, that's a very good point. You were on the radio, you heard me go into the quarry, so how
Like
did you
I
not
said,
know where
I
it
got
was?
robbed by NLA. I
But
just
you
said.
just said you didn't know where it was.
I said I knew where it was. We showed up. That's why I told Jersey where to look. That's why Jersey went there to look for you and
said
didn't find
5
you. Hello?
minutes ago you didn't know where to look, though. You're conflicting your own story.
Because when Jersey went there and didn't see you, I thought you were somewhere else. Hello?
Can you calm down, please?
Because you're not listening.
Be professional, Dimitri. You're the leader of this
You
gang.
told Tyler to
Act
come
like an
pick
adult.
me up at the quarry. The
At
quarry.
gunpoint. You
Okay,
heard the
yes,
quarry.
I heard
it.
Heard it on radio, on the frequency, with my radio, right? And then I got robbed by NLA on my way to...
Tony, what the
Tony,
fuck?
Jesus.
Fucking enough! Two of you can go back and forth all you fucking want. We're not getting anywhere.
Okay, I think he's right. Guys, let's have a new
He's right.
question.
And
Can we get a new question, please?
Yes. Yes, and the thing is...
Alright.
the very
Sure,
beginning
yes,
of this,
go
like I
ahead.
said, I am willing to pass up my position to the Rooks because I want them to succeed, and I've said that since day one. And I said that since this was brought up.
I hear wheels, I hear breaking.
Yeah, it's gonna probably end up in a fucking shootout, who cares?
It's. Go ahead. Your question, please. Go ahead.
I'll check. Everyone stay put. I will.
Can we talk
Seen
about
cars
this
drive
in
by.
more detail? That
Inside.
This is based around everything that happened yesterday. This is a serious situation, and just basing it on things happened yesterday.
Yeah, it's stupid.
How does that relate to other
You realize
things that
Dimitri is the cause of every gang hitting us right now. It's
No,
not
no,
only
no,
yesterday.
I'm not arguing with you, Rex.
What's
I
your
just wanna
question
know
exactly?
about- I want to know what other things that have happened similar to yesterday that have made people
Sure.
feel this way about it. If that's it.
Sure. So obviously the situation yesterday really tipped things over the scale. However, from the information that I have been fed from certain people,
the enemies.
Dimitri, no, from Rex and Tyler,
Okay,
because
if it's gonna be trustworthy people,
Sure,
it's gotta
sure.
Be, yeah.
That's fine. Okay, here's what happened. When the council asked us to back out of the war with NLA, even though he had made a promise with WCA that that was going to be what we were going to finish through on, we backed out. Now, to D's credit, during that time, he had to make the decision. However, WCA had given him a second chance where he had the opportunity to consult with his high command to figure out the best option possible, which, according to Rex and Tyler, he neglected to do. Then a third chance was offered to him a couple of days ago when Tyler and Dimitri were talking to DeAndre King. DeAndre, from what Tyler had told me, had presented really deep. He just wanted, it seemed like he wanted him to apologize. Which, Tyler, did Dimitri apologize for backing out of the war against NLA, even though we promised WCA we would follow through?
And to be very clear about that whole situation there, which is, in my opinion, the single worst political mess up we've honestly ever had as Rooks. The beginning of that situation was at Vinewood Hills. We met at the Vinewood sign with WCA and Vori, and it's because the GD/Odie's gang was hitting WCA and made enemies of them. They wanted to make an agreement with us because at the time they were also fighting NLA. They knew that we were fighting GD and we were having a really bad time at now. Just to kind of put some clarity to that, the reason we were fighting GD was because of Brandon Fitz. And if anyone want to know why Brandon's not with us anymore, Brandon Fitz, in a anger moment, I guess you can say whatever, while they were on our frequency, they had raided our frequency after they robbed someone, GD I'm talking about with Odie. Brandon Fitz screamed a bunch of racist slurs that were extremely not what we stand for here, or really not what anyone in the city stands for. And from that, GD was able to recruit members like Jamar Bovarium from The Wanted and other people and use them against us in war. So that is why Brandon Fitz withdrew from the Rooks and left. Now to just kind of continue. The whole...
So, but wait,
Yeah,
did that
well,
answer
that's-
your question? So that was one of the examples. One of the main examples was with
I
WCA.
wanna know
You can continue to address Tyler and Rex about the other
The war with NLA, the
communication
war
issues.
to group against NLA was a tough call, and I think the vote went 2-1, 2 for and 1 against, and I was the only one against it, if I'm being honest. So I think Al coming in here and calling me a dictator, and then us using that as an example, that was one of the things that I was against, and the other two high command overruled me on, is kind of silly.
You were against backing out of the war against NLA?
No, I was against joining the war to begin with.
So it's only
Because I knew WCA was going to fight GD no matter what.
What?
You need
May I
a
ask a
cough drop.
question?
No,
You're
Brian, you
good,
don't.
you're good, you're good.
May I
Sure,
ask a
Damon, your question. Go ahead.
I feel more important than NLA and WCA is what did we do to piss off the council?
I can tell you that.
Although
not true.
now, after the fact, because
That's
they
not true.
fabricated the war, so they had a fabricated reason. They're essentially saying that we don't communicate enough and we're too isolated. That due to my leadership, we don't talk enough and we don't communicate enough with them. And they don't like the fact that our associates don't know their higher-ups and
They
things
don't
like
like
that.
you.
So
They
that-
don't
that's-
like your
so-
Communication do they want? Do they
So,
want a fucking
but here's
report?
the thing, Frankie.
No, okay.
Whether
Let
whether
Rex,
we can
let
whether
Rex talk.
Okay.
Let Rex talk, please. I want to hear.
To be quite frank, Dimitri, everybody knows Zetas and Triads run this town. I understand you want to run
Yeah,
your
it's
gang how
good,
you want to
buddy.
run it, and that's fine. They
It's
let
not
you
my
do it for
gang,
the
it's
longest
our
time.
organization.
Okay,
Can
one
you-
person speak. This does not work. Let Rex
Can you-
speak.
Dimitri, they quite frankly don't like your leadership. They view this gang right here, our gang as you call it, represents the city's gangs in a bad way because you isolate us from every other gang in the city, and you don't. When was the last time we went to Zeta HQ to introduce our new members to the Zeta?
Most of our
Not
new
once.
members, most
Not
of our new
once.
members came to us and joined us because the Zetas have called them donkeys and called them
You
noobs.
did nothing.
I mean, like,
Listen, you did nothing to work on gang relations. Nothing. You did it all by yourself. You had meetings by yourself. You did everything by yourself. You did nothing as a group with High Command or anything to work on gang relations. They simply view you as
Honestly
a
not
bad
true.
leader, which led to this war.
that's not true at all. We worked really
That is
long and
true.
hard.
Can I
We
speak
worked-
you too?
we looked
Just
I mean,
don't
for
worry.
it.
I've never seen any sort of
Yes.
relations from
Let
any
me
of those
speak.
gangs
Let me
since
speak.
I've
Let me
been
speak.
with Rook.
It's because you're fairly fresh, to be honest.
Okay,
I
so-
know I'm newer, but
Frank,
Pretty
just
much-
let Tyler speak.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, pretty much what they're trying to get at, alright, is yes, some Zetas are douchebags. Everyone knows that. But we have never made an effort to reach out to them. We've never made an effort to introduce or fix that relationship. We can't just sit here and expect it to get better. They are on top. We are not. So if we don't do anything, it's our responsibility to make that relationship right. We cannot just be like, they're douchebags. We're on top. Like, we're not.
No, I
Obviously,
agree
Zetas
with you.
and Triads
Yes,
are.
I said that yesterday. I agree with you that the communications you have to be able to communicate. But what I'm saying is that, like, if you expect, like, large gatherings and organizations, then, I mean, well, I'm looking at High Command right now, and, like, at any time, you guys could have done this. Anyone could have done this.
No, we've
Like,
brought
why
it.
not?
I've personally brought it up to you, and you just didn't acknowledge it.
It has
What?
been.
I
can.
actually,
may I
hold on.
interject?
I actually, yeah, 1 second, Damon. So actually, I talked about this, and according to some past High Command, they said that multiple times we have tried to reach out, respond to backup calls, and they said that usually they're mostly shut down by you. That is what past High Command have told me.
May I talk?
Yeah, go
I have
ahead.
an important
Yeah.
point to make here. This was a situation, I believe, around, give or take, 1.5 months back. I was robbed by Jay Gamble himself. My bad, that's just a slip of the tongue. This was a whole big fuck up, a political fuck up. And afterwards, I went down to his base, his HQ, the new one under the bridge, and I talked to him personally. And I managed to make him apologize, give me my stuff back, and he basically told us, we need you to introduce us to the Zetas and the Triads, but, well, of course he was mainly referring to the Zetas. I brought this point up with you, D, right afterwards. I texted you, I called you, I made sure you were informed about every step of what happened to me and the political situation with the Zetas at that point. This was 1.5 months ago. I told you that Jay wanted to set up a meeting for introductions. He wanted to meet every one of us. He wanted the Zetas to meet every one of us so that this does not happen again. And nothing came from it. Why?
Because
Because
Jay
he
is really
wants
hard
to
to
meet
reach
the
out
Wait,
to.
wait. It's Dimitri's answer,
Dimitri.
Rex. Hey, Rex, answer that, Dimitri. Go ahead.
Jay's really hard to reach out to. Like, getting a hold of Perm is a lot easier, and we've tried, but we've been in constant wars since then. We've had the war with GD, the Gangster Disciples. We've had war before that with the Daniels gang. We actually, ever since we've been able to order any sort of heavy weaponry from overseas, like legit since the day that happened, we've been in non-stop wars. And the truth is, to answer what you're saying and what Tyler mentioned, not responding to backup calls, the answer is the Zetas have been not helping us with any of these wars, and it's been really difficult for us to deal with these existential threats constantly on a daily basis because our members don't want to be in town as much, and they are simultaneously selling them heavy weapons while like expecting us to answer their backup calls and things like that. So it got increasingly more difficult to be available and ready to help them at a moment's notice.
Any more questions, guys?
May I?
Sure, Damon, go ahead.
Yeah.
Me personally, this is nothing against you. It took me literally talking to a Zeta to say I need to talk to Jay, and 5 minutes later he and his entire crew rolled up to me to meet me at Ocean Lab. The first step is not bringing the entire gang there. The first step is you just talking with him to even arrange this
Jay's
meeting.
schedule is like right now and about before right now, and my schedule tends to start within 30 minutes from now.
Yeah, we're all aware. Like that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Sleeping schedules, we're all over the fucking place. I'm just surprised that I managed to, in my crazy fucking sleeping schedule, where I'm usually not meeting any of you guys, I managed to ask one Zeta I need to talk to Jay, and he rolled up with his entire fucking crew 5 minutes later. Robbed me, obviously, and then let's say 30 minutes later, I roll up to HQ to talk to him again. That's 2 meetings I arranged within the span of half an hour.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, the fact that they're within a half hour kind of makes them the same one, because it means they were in town.
Yeah, that's fair, but I'm a
kind
fucking
of the hardest
nobody.
point of all. No, I mean, I don't disagree. Like, and I said this actually yesterday when we had this discussion yesterday, that we, gotta like work on the communication there. And I was asking what style of communication people wanted, because if we wanted individual communication, then I can't really control having individuals go out and say what's up, because a lot of people, for instance, Frank Patterson as an example, he just gets shit on by the Zetas every time he tries to interact with them. So I think what we mean is like a larger community-based interaction, and that's been really difficult with our numbers.
Well, just like
because
in
a lot of these wars.
Organization, people are assigned different roles. If Zetas don't like some of our members, then we won't have them interact. There's no need to, or interact on a non-personal basis. I mean, I'm friends with quite a few members of Zetas, and I
was as well.
That we're forced to fight them, and even then it's kind of difficult. But I could get a meeting with Jay by just knowing a few of the people. I used to buy guns from them. I know people in triads. I mean, I know everyone here does, but we need to be a bit more specific on who can be diplomatic with who. I mean, a lot of people here haven't said a word. Maybe diplomacy and speaking up isn't their strong point, but there are strong points in other things. So I think one thing that communication has been a massive issue. I have been out of town for some reasons, not completely due to Rooks, but the war drove me away to go and find some peace somewhere, I think what I'm just trying to say is that more communication between High Command and us, and certain people who maybe are not in High Command, who do have influence and hold sway over other people. We should get the same things too. Although, granted, other gangs have just kind of said to you or High Command, this is what we want now, and have given no option to the rest of us. And whatever decisions those few people make will reflect on the rest of us. And I feel like that's kind of what's happened now. And
an example of that,
us as a whole.
An example of that being the withdrawal from the NLA. We had a high command meeting where the higher ups of all the big gangs, not just like the council and us, like all the big gangs, where we went over like no one's supposed to be calling police and whatnot, that sort of generic city basic stuff.
Having soldiers that are diplomatic would be beneficial too, to speak to those people that aren't high command in, say, Zeta or Triad or whatever, and just know, like, without any disrespect to the lowlier members, because they're just as important. We are just as important, no matter
100%. That's why we take votes on everything. I agree with you. That's why we're here to take votes. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. I think that everyone should have a vote.
At this point.
Yeah, we need to go to the vote.
But
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that we don't really need to go to vote because I'm gonna be withdrawing and giving my position up because that was what I was going to do from the beginning anyway. But the thing we need to decide is what's bullshit, which is you guys saying that this is going to be me stepping down, but instead you're saying that they want to replace me with Gage Michaels or some other no-name like Brandon Fitz, who had to withdraw from the Rooks, who started these wars.
Well, unfortunately, if we're deciding to surrender this war anyway and do what they want, because unfortunately they're just in the power position, we have to, if that's what they want and we're able to move forward with a solution and continue to thrive as a family, then that's my vote. That's what we have to do. We just have to do that. Cough drop.
If we're gonna roll
Dimitri.
over to their demands, then why don't we just all wear blue and go sack them off in their HQ? There's no
That's-
point being in the
that's
Rocks if you're just gonna do exactly what they want.
That's not at all.
About
Yes, it is.
survival,
Yes,
Jam.
it
It's
is.
about
No.
survival.
It's about surviving.
You're basically a Zeta
It's
now,
about
bro. Simple as that.
They're gonna get
Are
rid
you-
of us regardless.
Jack,
Yeah,
let me
serious.
talk. Let me
Jack,
talk.
what?
Let me
Yeah.
talk. Can I talk? Can I talk, please?
Yeah, go on.
Jack, you're basically saying that us listening to the council is basically sucking them off. But let me ask you, what happens if we leave here with no change? How do you view this war end? Your own gang is gonna die, homie.
We all die,
It's
yeah.
gonna die
The
either
Rocks
way.
die with Dimitri. He kept
You-
this
you
thing
gotta have
alive
your own
for
So
family.
you don't
years.
want a solution.
Yeah.
You don't want to find a solution.
They didn't
Jack.
say
That's
make
it,
it
guys.
It's not a
Gage.
solution, it's just doing
They
exactly what they want. That's not solution. Where's
It
I
is
was
a
part of that
solution.
bargain? Where is it?
Unfortunately, it is the solution because they're the top dogs and they run the city. and
Yeah, they
it's-
always
we
have
can't
been.
change that right now.
Don't
We're
forget
not in the
using the
position
one
to
did.
change
What
that
happened to
right
them?
now.
Exactly. What happened? Why didn't the one did do that?
Okay, Jack, you
Straight.
want me to
Go
be
on,
real
tell
with
me.
you? You want me to be real with you, Jack?
Yes.
Since
Yeah,
I've gotten
please.
into the, I'm gonna be real with all of you right now. Okay, I'm gonna get real
Go
personal.
on, then, bro.
Since I've been in this
Oh,
city,
shit.
I made amazing friendships and family with the seaweed. Guess what happened to the seaweed, boys? All my guys got run out of town. I don't see any of them anymore. Only Tyler. That's about it.
And
Chuck.
Whedon.
Next thing I know, I go spend the next 6 months of my life in this city in the Wanted. Guess what happens to all my Wanted friends? They get run out of the city and they don't play anymore. Now guess what? I'm here and the same situation is happening again and I don't want to lose all y'all. So I'm sorry. Okay? I don't want to lose all y'all. So that's why, yes, Jack, if you want to call it rolling over, then sure. I'm rolling over. But at the end of the day, I want to sit here with y'all and come into town every day and talk to all my family. And that's why I'm doing what they ask.
I understand, but
Alright.
I like everyone here in the circle, but
They didn't
I cannot
demand
stand you
Gage.
and
They
walk
suggested
away
him.
Fits
Then
in my
walk
face.
away.
No fucking chance.
No, Fitz.
Just not just walk away, Rex.
If you'd rather let your own gang die than find a solution, then I'm sorry.
Alright, so wait, I wanna tell something. So basically, you need to go
The
after
people
Devon
leading
and
in our
Fury.
fucking gang, and you're trying to have them.
The thing is, Jack, I know exactly what do you feel. I have been in the fucking areas
Yeah,
I was
I can
with you.
listen-
I
yeah,
know
I know.
everything. Alright, I have been in every fucking situation. I have been in the same situation that Draven has been in. But right now, the Rooks at first, I'm fucking one of the original founders on the Rooks, and at the first, the fucking Rooks were not supposed to be like that. It is currently. It was supposed to be an entirely different thing at first. Right now, I don't even fucking know what are we talking about. Everybody's screaming. Everybody is fucking screaming and interrupting everybody. What the fuck are we? Are we fucking kids? No.
Yeah, but I'm asking, where would we be today without Dimitri leading?
I ask you a question. Are you a fucking kid? Yes or no?
I haven't shouted at anyone. I
May
was
I
raving
say
to
you
listen
think that I've
to
been trying
that.
to say
Just
for the past 10
don't
minutes?
fucking
just
scream.
couldn't.
People lied.
I wasn't fucking screaming. What do you want about?
Alright.
May I talk to you? I've been trying to make this point for the past 10 minutes.
Dimitri, you need a cough drop.
I don't hate the Zetas, but as in the current state, my dislike for them is as much as yours. I will never suck their dick, I will never ride their dick. It hurts to admit we're not the top dog. We can't dominate them, we can't make the rule. If they want us out of town, it's gonna take maybe a month, maybe half a year, maybe a year. They'll run us out of the fucking town. We don't have the resources, we don't have the assets, we don't have the manpower. In the end, you need to swallow your fucking pride for the good of everything.
If Dimitri stepping down and Gage Michaels becoming leaders lets your gang live and prosper and strive for as long as you can, why would you not take that?
Rex, can I hop off on that?
Because I don't believe fucking... He does...
need to
Dimitri
go
deserves
to-
everything he's got here. He built this place. We got contact out of the city because of Dimitri. We've gone through 3 high command changes because of Dimitri. We could have all died out about half a year ago when half of you lot weren't even a part of the Rooks. And now you guys are kind of dictating what's going to happen here when you weren't even being here through all of it.
That's why. Oh wait. This is going to be a democracy. Everybody will get a chance to vote. You included. Nobody will be fucking left out of it.
Jack, Dimitri's already stepping down. It's no longer. I'm sorry, Dimitri, but that's what you said. Dimitri's already.
Like I said, I've been willing to step down since. Well, they didn't have to tell me what they wanted. I already knew what the other people wanted.
I want you in high command. I need you in high command wherever this goes. You have skills that are very valuable to this organization. Wherever this goes, you need to be in high command. You need to have a say in what happens with this organization. That said, please let me continue, Jack. If it doesn't matter at this point who is replacing D.
I have a question.
There can be a vote in a month. There can be a vote in 3 months, 6 months. What happens now can happen at any point in time. If we are not happy with Gage, who is currently, I mean, we all know what happened. It's not a good thing. But if we are not happy with what happens,
I'm gonna be fucking straight.
We can have this. Please, D, let me finish. We can have the same vote that we're having now with Gage. A month from now, 3 months from now, half a year, we'll throw him out and replace him with whoever is the next best person. And it's not about the leader; it's about the family.
I have a question about the leadership.
You guys don't even know who Gage is.
Can you listen to Harley for 1 second, Dimitri? Stop acting like a child.
Let Harley ask a question.
Thank you. Are we literally being told that we can only have Gage or Brandon?
No,
or is
no,
it open to...
no.
Either or.
Okay.
They said
either or.
What I'm saying is, are they telling us can we only have these two, or can we
vote
on anyone else?
No, Brandon is a no. He cannot lead and have the war stop.
Yeah, I should say no for Brandon, to be honest.
Can I make
it has to be a no.
Wait, let Tyler or Rex speak. If they're speaking, don't fucking interrupt.
Brandon is a hard no already. He's not even being considered. Gage, in my own opinion, is the best option, but there are other options that we can discuss.
Alright, can you talk about the other options? What are the options? Wait.
Listen.
We need the other options to be clear.
Yeah, we need to know everything. What we can
I'm
know
not
about the
So,
leadership.
I'll tell you what the options are. The options are Gage is never becoming the leader of the Rooks. He's a tried one coup and he's not getting another.
Exactly.
Alright, so basically tell me, can we choose like on our own, not the Gage? Because personally, I don't trust Gage. Even though he apparently saved Tyler's life, I don't know him. Like
he only saved Tyler's life because, well,
yeah.
honestly, he was.
Honestly,
wasn't Gage there before?
I swear to God, if you tell me this is my fault again, I will fucking clap your ass.
I was about to. Chill out, right? I was about to say that Gage was there before you. He's the one that met you, so he probably texted the Zetas, and it's probably the whole cause of the situation to begin with.
Okay, but can I just say something? Can I just say something really quick? Can I just say something really quick? He has personally already talked with Andre and has already made it clear that they feel that they would all stop the war if he was in power.
Because he was the first one to bring up the stopping. If I had brought up stepping down for someone else, I'm sure they probably would have accepted that too. And if I had offered it for, like, you know, I named a person, they probably would have accepted that too. He was just the
He
first
also
one to
stopped
bring
from NLA from hitting us, and I'm pretty sure currently he's working on getting our stuff back that was just lost. He knows how to talk to people. That is something that he has a skill of.
Hey, let Tony talk.
Let Tony talk.
Alright. Regardless of what happened yesterday with Gage, I get it. He saved your guys' life. Yes, I appreciate that. However, we can't just immediately give him the power to be the leader. Look, with Dante being fucking kicked from the country right now, kind of in a shitty position. I get it. Right now, I think anyone in the current high command except terrible job.
I know exactly who I'd want to be.
Somebody in high command.
Yeah, I want to know that.
No. That's the part I don't agree on with. I just think that
Lewis,
Gage
let
is
me
not
finish.
Wait. Okay, you can finish. I thought you were finished. You still talk.
We enact a new leader. We give him what feels like 1 month. If we don't start seeing positive changes, we get a new leader. Keep doing that until we find the leader that works.
That's not gonna work. We got one chance, or else the Zetas are gonna hit war.
I'm telling you
They said
guys
we
right
have
now.
one chance.
It's
Can I
one
ask
Somebody
you
chance.
real
let
quick?
Raven speak.
I just want clarification. When this all started, you said that as long as D stepped down, they said the war would stop. But now I'm
that's not what
hearing-
they said.
That's not what they said.
No, that is not. Yeah.
Let her finish, please.
No, it's
Harley.
whatever. Continue. I don't give a shit anymore.
Alright, Tony, continue.
Right. What she's trying to say is, you guys said if D steps down, then the war ends. Now you're saying if Gage is the leader, then the war ends. Which one is it?
Hey, let me be clear. Let me be clear.
Please.
No,
I
let
don't
me do
think
it. Let me
they
do
said
it
either
because
of
I was
that. I
there.
think they said
They did.
with the current state.
Let Tyler talk.
Let me speak. They said that if Dimitri were to step down and someone would have to take his place, that would be able to reach out to the Zetas, Triads, and all the other gangs and increase relations. That's what they want. They want someone
anyone who has
And the
the
reason
right
they
ability.
suggested Gage is because he's talked to all of their high command in the past day and has negotiated a ceasefire. We're not being hit by anyone right now, specifically because of him. Besides
Here you go.
NLA. NLA is a...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Another coup.
exactly.
Now hold on, Alex. Let me finish really quick because I
We
really have to
removed
get out of
him
the city.
from our ranks because he tried a coup. It's pretty clear the Zetas would go to him.
Here's what it comes down to. If Brandon can't be leader because they'll never get over him being racist, then so be it. He can't be leader. I will not fucking serve under Gage.
So
I will
give your
not.
vote then. Who do you think should be
I
the
vote
leader
literally anyone in high command. Rex, you, fucking Tyler, Alex, anyone. Dimitri, I'm sure you have your own thoughts. Anyone. Even fucking... Is Jersey high command? I think Jersey's high command.
No, he's not.
No.
Just lead enforcer.
My point is that just anyone else. But
Tony, we don't have a choice though. That's the problem.
no, we do. They literally just said we have a choice.
Now.
We have a choice between two options, two people.
Let Damon talk real quick.
Okay, so I have known Gage at his peak and at his worst. Gage is the person that got me into this organization, and I have talked to him extensively. I've got to know the person very well, and I am still... There has been a lot of mystery. I was unable to pick a side in what happened with Gage Michaels. Nobody was able to give me, not even you, Dimitri, clear information towards what happened with Gage Michaels.
You want clear information on what happened?
We can give it to
Quote
you.
unquote the crane. I think everyone that was around at the time knows what quote unquote the crane is.
Yeah, we threw Tanjiro Osaka off the fucking crane.
Listen,
because-
listen.
Please finish my point.
This is Ray Jensen. Yes, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Ray Jensen, not Tanjiro.
I've known Gage Michaels at his best and his worst. And honestly, the man knows what he is doing. Whether he has shown, even in his hatred, a love for this organization, he has been devoted, and he has charisma and skill and leadership that would bring us so much further. And whether or not what happened in the past will benefit us, what he can do right now, in this very moment, when times are crucial, it's gonna bring us further. Much further than anyone in this fucking group can bring us right now. And I
Rooks.
resent him for what he did in his bad days, but what he can do right now will bring us further. And in 10 days, 30 days, 60 days, a year from now, we can vote again. Is he the right person or not? But right now, honestly, out of all these people, he is the person that will bring us where we need to be.
And just to
That's
go
my
off what
point.
Damon...
I'm done. That's my point.
Yeah, just to go off what Damon said, we need someone to stop the war. At this point, all we care about is ending the war, and he's someone that can do it. Yes, Lewis, you can speak.
Literally one last thing to say, Lewis. Please, I have to get out of the city.
Yeah, I have to go. Yeah, so
My last thing that I can say. Last thing. My vote goes for whoever Dimitri is putting in power. I trust him. Basically, my last thing is somebody please send me a text the minute that this finishes so I can see it when I come into the city later. Alright, that's all. I love you. Bye. I hope you all make the right choice.
However, they confirm with
Lewis,
us that
say
if
your
we
vote
choose
before you
Gage,
go.
the war would,
Alright,
yeah.
basically, I have to go out of town soon, so I will just talk. Me, basically, I don't like if we have to go down this road, that we have to. I mean, D's already giving up his position, alright, but I don't like being Gage being in the charge because I personally don't know him like good enough. I will just think that he would be a joke. I cannot take him seriously. But if the guy in charge would be Tyler, for example, or Rex, or Alex, this would be perfect. Somebody in high command, or somebody who I know already.
Can I just say who
Because
I think
if
it
this
should
will be Gage, then no, fuck it, I'm out. If Gage will be it, then I'm out.
This is a big question I wanted to put forward. So I know all you guys you're saying is to save the family, but what happens if you appoint Gage Michaels and half of this family decide to step out? Do you really think that's benefiting the Rooks? If you put someone in command that the Rooks don't even believe should be there? That's just my question.
So why we're having this discussion?
Listen,
I'm just asking you guys.
Do you guys still want to be in this war, or do you want to be out of this war?
I personally believe Gage is the best option. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but that's not the
why we're
question I'm
having this
asking,
discussion.
Red. I'm asking
What are
you
you
if
asking, then?
I'm asking you if 50%
Okay,
of the
okay.
Rooks
We'll
wanted to
see.
step
We'll
away
see.
after you
If
got
if Gage was
appointed.
leader, who would leave? If Gage was leader, who would leave?
Tyler, let
Raise your hand.
Judge, I just don't
I'm
know.
I'm going off what he said.
This is a very important point to me.
I'm just asking the
Respond to
question.
this point.
Like, is you think it's saving the Rooks if you make someone leader where half the group would leave?
Alright, can I
Doesn't
say
have
something?
though.
Well,
you would
yeah,
leave.
well, I
Who
was
would
gonna
leave?
say yeah.
Listen.
Well, Lewis
Listen.
just said he would before he left.
He's just
Okay,
asking
who
a
would
question.
leave?
That's not the point. I'm just asking
He's
if
just
they
asking a
left.
question.
What would you think that's beneficial to us?
No, but I don't
in
think
this
half
very
of us
day
would
moment,
leave.
I'll go where the
Gage
family
Michaels
goes.
Nobody's
taking over
leaving.
is beneficial.
Nobody's leaving.
Nobody left. If
Nobody's
Gage,
left.
listen. If Gage Michaels is appointed leader right now, this war ends. We can go back to doing whatever we want, focusing on our gang. as a
Exactly.
whole.
That's what
And
we
Gage
don't. Isn't that
Michaels
what you guys
takes
want?
leadership right now. The war will end. Who would leave? Raise your hand. Who would leave if Gage Michaels?
Who
is
the
here?
hell would
Raven's
leave if
gone.
he-
That's
yeah.
one. Jack Hawkins.
4 people.
Okay, so 4. So
Yeah,
four
you're happy
people.
to lose 4 loyal friends over one guy.
So
who's
you
a
guys would
douche,
leave
that's
when
up
the
to you.
war ends.
Jack, I love
Just
you.
relax.
I honestly
It's
do.
not about. It's
It's not-
It's about being free in
Bring
the
it down,
city,
guys.
man.
Bring it down, guys. Relax.
I don't
wait,
feel
wait,
free
wait,
if
wait,
you're
wait,
forced
wait,
to have a
wait,
different
wait, wait,
leader.
so
that
can
I
I
I
get-
please make one more point.
Who, me?
Not me.
Go ahead,
Please,
Dana.
man.
Oh, go on, yeah.
It doesn't matter right now what happens in our internal politics. If we can end the external politics in the peace treaty,
Yes.
aka Zetas, Triads, NLA, WCA, then we
Or
can
just-
fucking work on our internal politics.
Or to be honest, just
If
say
Gage
this
is
in the
bad
triads
or
so we
not,
can clap in
we
LA
can
and
vote
vote
on it
WCA.
again. We can vote on it
Yes.
again. If he's bad, he will be kicked out. He'll be voted out of power, and that'll be the end of that.
They just
Yeah,
proposed
it's
this real
not like
quick.
we
That's just
can't
good
kick
for
him
us.
out.
Of course
Exactly.
we can. We can vote like we did today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Let me
we
say
say
something,
Zetas
though.
won't fucking go war with us again if you kick
Let me
it.
just. Yeah, that's gonna
Guys,
happen.
let
but
Dimitri
me
speak,
just
Well,
please.
we make sure
finally
that
talk.
diplomacy first. Sorry.
Can we?
No
Dimitri,
matter what
speak.
happens in this situation, I just want to say that I consider this war a win, regardless, given not a single other organization or family has ever survived this long period. To be honest, outside of the 4, which has only helped us in a few engagements, we've survived for a really fucking long time without much help. And
Yeah.
most of you guys would say, and by most of you guys I mean the ones that are actually out there trying to be the ones that are shooting, you guys are carrying a lot of the weight, as you would say, and I tend to agree with you in terms of the war front. That would be true. However, there's a fuck ton of people standing here, and they might not be here every day, like the ones that are like shooting out and sustaining that, but they're definitely sustaining the name and the organization as well. So I just want to say, like, thanks to all of you guys, because this is one other way, you know?
Thanks, D. Thanks.
Is there any way we can get Gage here to see what he has to say?
Yeah, like, can we
Gage,
just talk to the guy?
let me be very clear here. The leader of the Rooks has to be a Rook. That's flat out. Or else we might as well change the name and change the organization.
Can I say something?
Rex, I think you need a cough job.
Do I need a cough drop? Me?
No,
No,
you-
Damon, you're good.
Personally,
why
I
do
think
you get to make that decision?
No,
I feel like we should all vote on that decision. Wouldn't you agree?
I feel as not HC, not as anyone, I have a fair point to make here. Gage was a very, I think, Dimitri, even you can agree to this before the whole fucking ordeal went down. Gage was an extremely valuable asset to the organization. He is part of the reason why we are here, where we are today. And to call him not a Rook, despite all what happened, is a dishonor to the Rooks.
He killed
He might have
the
fucked up
Rooks.
here and there. The whole fucking ordeal, I really still don't know. I did not get the information I needed. Nobody was able to give me the information I needed on the quote-unquote ordeal. But Gage, he did more for this family than, I'm gonna point in most of the crowd here, anyone standing present. So, if you're not gonna call him a Rook, ex-Rook, or Rook, then you're wrong.
Damon, how long was he actually a Rook for? Do you even know?
Much fucking longer than I was. Much
Yeah,
fucking longer.
but that doesn't mean anything. I was a Rook for 4 months before I had to leave for personal reasons. I left for 3 months, I come back. Gage had come and gone in that 3 months. So how can you say
Somebody that can
that's
answer the
a massive Rook? I
Jack,
don't understand.
It's an important question. Somebody that can answer the question, how long has Gage been a Rook? That's an important question, Jack.
Yeah, I know the answer because I just told you.
How long was he?
What feels like 2 or 3 months, and that's the maximum. Because he was only here when I left, and he was gone by the time I came back, and I was gone for what feels like 2 or 3 months the most. So how can you say he's put more into Rooks than most people in this fucking circle? Is a joke.
Because Danica,
It's a
no
joke.
shade. Some people, no, not even Danica. Some people have done very, very little in the past months, and some people have done a lot. Jack, somebody can do more in 3 months than somebody can do in a year. Is that not true?
Yeah, that's true, but you said more than most people in this whole circle. That's a fucking lie.
No,
That's a joke.
it's not. I can look at the circle right now. Gage is the person that got me into this organization. Without me, there would be not in this circle right now. They're in a different,
Yeah,
sleeping
that's
schedule.
the same for everyone. Assuming you brought people in, I assume Ravens brought people in. That doesn't mean anything. I probably brought people in. Rex, Tyler have. It doesn't mean just because you were here because of
Shit.
Gage, he's the right man.
Shit, I brought Gage in.
Exactly. So, everyone's brought someone in. Damon doesn't mean because he brought you in it's the right decision.
Not only that, but I brought Gage in, then I made him head recruiter. So you're welcome. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Oh, thanks, D. Like,
I'm just kidding, by the way.
Look,
But
D.
that did happen, though.
D, you are an amazing person of leadership. You know what you're doing.
I'm telling you that if Gage takes over the Rooks will die within a week or two.
Why?
How?
That is not true.
Why?
Yeah.
It's an important
It'll,
question.
There's no war. How do we die?
It'll be a honeymoon because I asked the question yesterday, and maybe we can ask this again. Maybe the results will be different, but everyone yesterday seemed to agree that after the meeting that we had with the high command of all the gangs in the quarry that one time, it was pretty clear that everyone agreed there was no actual tangible reason for the Zetas and the Triads to engage a war with us. Everyone agreed with that.
Yep.
And it's pretty clear that when the next leader takes over, which like I've just already said, I came into this and decided yesterday that was going to happen. It was pretty clear that something had to change past that. Like, it couldn't just go back to day one, or else we're just looking at another war.
I have zero loyalty to Gage right now. Absolute nothing. If he fucks up, I
you
will
want him to
vote
leave
him out of power.
your family?
Dimitri, who do you want to be leader?
Rex,
then?
please. Let me make my point.
Loyalty
Somebody
is what
fucks
we
with
are,
his
though.
family in a leadership position that is not beneficial to our family. I will vote him out of power. It doesn't matter who it is. You've already stepped down, and right now,
If the
from
people
what
have
I've
no
heard,
loyalty, that's an
please.
issue.
May I finish? You've already stepped down, and as what I have seen as now, and what has been presented by the group, the only valuable or available replacement is Gage. And if he's only replacing us for 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, it doesn't matter. He is the current replacement, and we can replace him later if he is not what is beneficial to our family.
How do
Right
you know
now,
we can?
Jack, I know the man.
No, I'm asking
From
you, how do
his
you know when
worst-
he don't step in, he changes this whole thing, with no longer a voting system, he'll do what he wants, and you listen or you don't?
What do you mean? If he changes it to no longer voting system, every one of us fucking says, fuck off, Gage.
Well, I
We'll
don't
just
think
fucking
that'd
leave him.
happen. I don't
He
think
has
that'd
no
happen.
power.
Wait, I'm
He
just
has
curious.
no
I'm
power
just
if
curious.
we don't
Hold
give
on,
it to
hold on. What does Dimitri want? Who is your pick?
Thank you. I've been waiting for this.
I've been trying to get you to say it for a while, but everyone keeps.
Well, everyone's, yeah. But I feel like, it's kind of biased for me to even try to talk at all, because everyone should be able to keep
Just-
their own opinions.
Just say who you would appoint leader right now, if you could.
I think that the person that should be appointed leader is the person who has spent most time here on a day-to-day basis the last, what feels like 6 months, grinding their way from being an associate to where they are today. And they might not be the highest rank, they might not even be what you guys are thinking about, but it's someone that I know would succeed and has the best interest of the Rooks, and is, well, the second most loyal person that I know, and that's Jerzy.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Jerzy
So
says
what
loyal
do
to
you
the
guys
cup,
think of
and he
that?
grinds every day. And he's got the connections, he knows the people.
I'll second that vote.
So Tyler Rex, what do you think of that?
It should be what do we all think.
It's a vote, it's everyone.
Yeah, but they walked
It's not-
away after D said, they asked him and he said, and they haven't said anything.
Because they're looking for Gade.
You asked D, what's your opinion?
I was told to bring Gage here.
No,
Now you're telling
that's
me
him.
not to?
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
Engage.
Oh, like
don't-
the-
Oh
Is
sh!
that him?
Yep.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
What up? What up?
Alright, so let's take a
Gage
vote here real
fucking
quick.
Michaels.
With a show of hands, how many people here think that a Rook should become the leader of the Rooks?
Without a fucking doubt.
Gage counts as a rook.
I count Gage as a Rook. I count Gage.
Put your hand up, everyone.
Is 100% not a Rook.
That's
Oh.
a matter of opinion. I count Gage
that?
as a Rook, and I know what he's been through.
This guy put
Once-
a gun
if
in
you're
my
fam-
face. What feel like
Once a rook, always a rook. Can I get an amen?
What the fuck? Amen?
Can I get an amen, please?
What
the fuck?
Do we get Dwayne back
Yeah.
then? Because he.
there was a lot of shit that was different back then. But when everybody
Al
came
is
out
a Rook.
and hated shit, I mean,
Al is a
Al's
Rook.
Yeah,
Hello? Dwayne
Yeah.
Donovan is a Rook. Brandon Fitch is a Rook.
Jesus Christ. Well, Brandon, yeah, but that's
You can't be
story.
selective.
Can't walk out on the rook and be
Well,
called a rook.
Brandon never joined another gang.
why aren't you considering him a rook? Hello?
Brandon never joined another gang. Brandon never killed his own people.
What
What
Brandon
gang
never
did-
pointed-
Wait, what game did
What
you
gang
did he
You, I just said Brandon never killed his own people. He never pointed a gun at his own people. Gage, you pointed a
We
gun and shot at
forced that
people.
on Gage, though. We
No, we
declared
didn't.
war with
I
him.
had
No, we
nothing.
We
didn't.
declared war with him.
I
Of
told
course
you
he's gonna
very
retaliate.
That's
May
bullshit. I
I-
told you
Hey,
very
yo, chill,
specifically.
chill,
You had
chill.
nothing to worry about. So like,
Okay,
get
well,
that shit out of
let's
here.
try to talk normal for fucking adults. I had a meeting and pulled everybody over, and they told me what their opinion is. I didn't make the first move. You made the first move.
I
May
really
I
don't want
was-
to go back.
I was-
I remember
Whatever.
it vividly
Yeah,
at the
let's
Calm
really-
the F
let's
Down
not go
Michaels
back.
meeting.
Yeah, let's not go back.
Tyler Rex, may I make a point? I was an
Go
associate at this time, and I feel like I can represent this whole circle right now. When the whole quote-unquote Gage Michael situation happens, there was zero information being fed to us. It was
No,
all
I knew
hearsay.
every single bit that was
I
going on.
I
if
knew
was like a soldier.
nothing. I knew fucking hearsay. Nobody knew what actually happened. It was just
I knew when I was a soldier.
Everyone that was in town.
I
Get-
personally never got the information I needed. I never got confirmed information from any party to what happened at that time. And I think it's hearsay. I think what happened back then.
Trust me, I recruited him. I made him a head recruiter. I gave him his position inside the Rooks, and I trusted him. And then one night, he got super hammered, and he tried to do a coup. And he convinced a few poor people, unfortunately, into something that he didn't actually believe in himself. And the next day, he was like, nah, bullshit. And the next day, he was like, what coup? It wasn't a coup.
What?
Even though Ray Jensen himself said it was a coup.
When I talk to you man to man, why would I have anything to gain at that point?
Yeah, I wish Chorus
what
was
a
here.
loss mean? And can we talk to each other with respect? At one time, we called each other brothers, and we're willing
Absolutely.
to do anything for each
Amen.
other. So can we all just talk like adults? We don't need to yell at each other. We all love each other. At one time or another, we've all
You
put our
shot
life on the line.
and
for
put me
each
in the
other.
hospital multiple times.
You let me
Gage.
and Tyler almost die.
Women,
We
No,
can
I
all
didn't.
say these
allies
things,
of
Dimitri.
Zetas and Triads, and
So
we're
I
fucking killing
told
each other
those
right
Zetas
now.
to
What's the
put AKs
difference?
to your head and
Yeah.
cut your fingers off.
No, but you let it
Yeah,
happen.
but everybody's doing anything. It comes to a time
let
where we
Tyler
have
come
to
to you.
think. I know, Dimitri, that this
You're
is your
retarded
baby,
if you
and
said that.
nobody's
Yo, guys,
nobody's
shh,
taken
like it-
nobody's taken anything away from you, D. You've done a fucking amazing job, and I guarantee that nobody else can say different. But there has been some things lately to where changes have to be made. The relationship between organizations is rough. Do you know why the ceasefire is going on right now? Do you know why they're
Yeah,
not touching you guys
because you're
right
trying
now?
to stage
Because
another coup. And you know the
How-
Zetas and you know the Triads, and they're trying to win this war, clearly.
I didn't bring any of this up. But when I
Okay.
heard that there was stuff in stress, that you guys were in distress, I stepped forward because I still care about my people. You know
You
that I've
heard
always
that-
busted my ass.
You heard that they wanted 100 rounds and 10 AKs and eat. And instead you're like, oh, they're not going to give you that? Well, here's another way you can go about it.
No,
can do
I
another coup.
actually stepped forward and said that I was willing to
not
pay the
happening, actually.
ammunition. There is nothing that happened that was even sideways or anything. I was in the situation. I was already just visiting with Rex, saying hi to him, having a good conversation, and that's
But
when
did
I
you
guess
try
I
to
had a
stop it?
scout. Yes, I did step in the middle of
he
it.
did.
I offered
Hello?
my own
The
possessions
torturing
to
itself,
save their
so
lives.
they didn't
The
cut off your
torture-
finger? He wasn't there?
Yeah, I was there. Ask
he
Bruce.
asked to stop it.
He was the one.
He let
They
them cut off
released. Bruce released them to me.
What did you do to stop it, Dimitri? Gage did more than you
He
did.
Everything I
released-
could.
You want to know
Like,
what
try to
Bruce
fight
No, you
wanted?
could. No, you didn't.
Nothing. You
Not
want me
once.
to go in like this? And then get my head
Dimitri,
cut off?
just
You
real
didn't.
quick,
You
can
couldn't
I-
even
can I
show
just
your
speak
face
my
on the
best?
frequency,
Hey,
bro.
Rex,
have a
let's
radio, I
all
got
just
robbed,
not
I told you
argue.
that.
I don't know how you're
Rex,
following.
Rex, just let Gage.
Basically, you know what Bruce Wong told me? He stepped up and he told me, I go, listen, isn't there a different alternative to allow these boys to survive? I said, I'm willing to take the debt. I'm willing to do anything. He goes, take them now. He goes, Gage, take care of the Rooks, reform the Rooks, and we'll be completely cool. That's what Bruce Wong told me.
And was that the first time you ever talked to Bruce Wong, or was that? Let me guess.
That wasn't.
Did you talk to him after you were out?
Okay, am I talking condescending and being a jerk to you? Then please extend me the same courtesy. Let's talk like men. We both know we're adults here. We both know we can.
Okay, let me
shoot.
rephrase.
So let's talk to each other
Was that
like
the first
men.
time you spoke to Bruce Wong, or did you speak to Bruce Wong after you were removed from the Rooks for an attempted coup?
I've talked to him before, but not about exactly that. They
After
were trying
you were
to.
removed from the
They were
Rooks for an
trying to
attempted coup?
recruit me, and I ended up capping one of their Jace in a big scene that.
Whenever
happened
you
with
did that
Raven and a bunch
vote,
of different people.
whenever you took that vote, afterwards you said it
Well,
wasn't
it wasn't
attempted
for the coup
Let me
in the
finish.
first
I
place.
know,
The vote
that's what I was
was for
about to
going to
say.
trial.
Can I finish my sentence? Exactly, that's what I was about to say. After you took that vote, you said it wasn't an attempted coup.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead.
What Gage is presenting right here is a very valuable point. He did do all these things. He presented options for the organization to come together as more than just gang, hit the labs, hit the chop shops. No, he offered us
Absolutely,
options to get together as a family, just to hang out. And the organization is more than just a criminal organization to fuck around and make money at the labs, hit labs, rob people. No, you, Marco, Raven, Leo, Frank, Morningstar, we're all fucking family. I want to hang out with you. I want to have drinks with you. I want to have fucking talks to you. I want to meet you for a drink. I want to meet you for a fucking dinner. And it's fucking Gage that organized that.
I have a question.
And
Yeah,
D, as much as I
absolutely.
love your leadership, you never made that happen.
I have a question.
You're saying that I ganged too much with the group instead?
No, D,
Like-
I'm saying you
No,
didn't.
you
gang
didn't
it.
do
I
anything.
said you didn't do
It's
the.
not what he's saying. He
just
said that
social
there's more than
experience
just
stuff.
that.
I'm saying
You
that's
have to
what you
pay
just said.
attention
D,
to other needs we
I
have.
make
What
it
keep
very,
us coming
very
back is
clear.
our bonds.
I will follow you from today as leader, or I will follow you from today as high command. Doesn't matter where you are. You have excellent judgment. You have excellent leadership, D. But that doesn't matter right now. D,
I have a question.
what you can do is not
They're
what
like,
we need.
I've already agreed to step down. Look,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
vote
I
is not
understand.
to get someone out of power. This vote is to put someone
D.
to power. And I'm telling you,
What you have
I'm telling everyone
is-
here that if you put Gage Michaels into power, that's not the Rooks leader stepping down.
Okay,
That's
well,
the Zeta Insert
I have
coming
known.
in.
You I have known Gage Michaels for less than.
Okay, so let's say in this situation, right? Gage becomes the leader, right? All the high command, so we've got Rex and Tyler and his stuff. They're all on his side. Damon, you say, you know, oh, in 30 days, if we don't like him, then we can just vote him out. But if Tyler and Rex are both on his side, then it's going to be biased, and then we're not going to get.
Harley, are we all here voting right now?
Who the fuck cares about Tyler
Are
and
we
Rex?
all circled up?
Majority
Listen, Damon,
votes
let me
against
talk.
them.
Damon, let me
We
talk.
are in power.
Let me
Calm
talk.
down.
Can I speak?
Talk
Can I
quietly,
speak?
please.
Can I finish my question? Can I finish my question?
Sure, go ahead, please, Harley. Please.
These meetings are not. I hate to say it, but these meetings are not organized by soldiers and little guys like us. It's fucking organized by the high command, right? I get it, like Rex and Tyler are the only people that are going to vote for him if we all hate him, but these meetings are not going to be organized unless
Wait,
they
hold on.
organize
Now let me
it.
give. Let me give.
Let her finish.
Tyler, let me speak. Let me speak.
Let
let me
her
speak.
finish.
See, here's where I disagree with that point, Harley. As a soldier and as a baron and things of that sort, it's our responsibility to take initiative when high command is not, so that we can show everybody else that hey, we're willing to step up if we feel that high command is lacking. So I disagree with your point that it's only rests in the high command, when honestly, the high command, we outnumber the high command 2 or 3 to 1.
A soldier.
My question
I'm a soldier and I
is-
organized most of this meeting.
My question is, who brought the meeting here? Was it you?
Draven, he's
Yeah,
a soldier.
I'll take responsibility. It was me. Yes.
Okay.
No one's accusing anyone of initiating coup, unless you're talking about me talking about Gage specifically.
I have a suggestion.
I'm not
Why
accusing any
do
other
we
reps of doing
only
it.
have or voting one leader? If we cannot decide on one, then why can we not have two, like a shared leadership?
So Harley made a very good point, which was that the lower leadership, the associates, soldiers, barons, and forces, don't really get to make these meetings. They don't get to call these meetings. And I'm not saying that anyone's going to be biased and leaning towards like one leadership or another, but she brings a very good point that's being dismissed. And yesterday, whenever this meeting here only happened because I argued with the high command to make it happen, because the high command didn't want the associates to have as equal say, to be honest. And I said, yes.
You said that yesterday.
Gage, you weren't even there. I'm talking about outside the koi.
No, that was
speaking
said
with-
yesterday. You said
I
that
mean,
they don't
there's a
have the
few people that were
knowledge.
right.
They don't have the
Yeah,
knowledge to
first
make
of
an
all, that
accurate vote.
wasn't me, Raven, and we didn't say that.
I didn't
an
say you, I'm
associate
saying it
doesn't
was
have
said.
the- Listen,
I'm saying it was
can
said.
Can you act like an adult,
You're,
please?
you're
first of
whispering, I
all?
think,
Oh my
Raven. You're whispering, I think.
First of all,
Look,
we never
it was made
said
very,
an
it was made very
associate
clear.
doesn't-
It was made very
Okay,
clear
I guess
that the
I
high
can't
command.
talk, Dimitri. You're a fucking child.
Because you're trying to distort what I'm saying, and I want to make sure you're arguing is the right thing. I'm trying to say it was
just
made
trying to
very
get my
clear
point.
that the high command had more say than the lower command yesterday, and I had to argue the fact that the lower command and everyone should have a vote, because whenever, and I specifically said this yesterday, whenever a rook becomes a rook, they give their life for the opportunity to become a rook, and that's the same. We take a vote on that, and that's the same vote that should be had here. And I agreed to step down, and we should vote on a new leader. But high command thinks that people shouldn't take a vote, and we should just insert someone if it feels. I'm not sure.
Okay, so Gage, hold on. Jack had a question first. Jack had a question first, and then I'll get to you.
Yeah, I
Go
just
ahead,
want
Jack.
to ask all the lower command, because I know everyone's saying we're in this situation because of D, the way he's communicated with other gangs, the way he's not helped when he could have helped. But I want to ask all people who are low command or mid command, other than D, do you feel that, can you raise your hand if you think the other high command members ain't doing the job as well as D?
Wait, Jack, rephrase that question.
If you don't believe the other high command members ain't doing enough to help, raise your hand.
Yes, I believe some high command members are not doing the same job as other high command members. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Hold
fingers
your
again,
hands up,
point
everyone.
to
Hold up,
Jesse.
hold up. Just point to D. I'm gonna get a count, please. Okay, I've got 1, 2.
How many are actually like here, and not just in their heads?
Okay.
That's
Okay,
over the
so
majority.
to rephrase the question one last
Just so.
time, we're asking whether high command could do better. Yes.
Yes.
You can always
I'm
do
good.
better.
You can't
though.
point fingers to D when I believe
High
that was
command
high
could do
command.
better. I will
Everyone
vote yes,
can always do better.
And I'll
though.
give my reasons. Tony's
Yeah,
not
you
in
can
town
do
enough. Alex isn't in a town
Follow
enough.
your rainbow.
Tyler and Rex are always in town, but always on their own frequency and
Because we're
LSD.
the only one holding this gang
No,
alive
I've
at the
texted you
moment.
loads of times, Rex, to do something. When D's out of town, you with Tyler do shit on your own. You don't even involve anyone. That's
What?
not what High Command's about.
That's not true at all.
Damon, I
when
voted
you
for
text-
everyone voted.
Listen. When Damon texts me day in and day out, what freak are we on to hit Zetas? He gets on the freak, he hits with us. Jack, when have you ever texted me to get on the same frequency?
All
as
I'm
you?
saying is
When?
the only low
When?
command you're on your side is Damon.
All I'm saying is Damon
So-
has
Why am I
taken
special,
initiative.
Jack?
Guys,
Why
shut
am I
up, shut up,
special?
Because you were the
I
only one
do
who
what
agreed with
anyone
him.
else does.
I've texted Tyler, I've texted Rex. They don't even want to change the frequency for us. They don't even want to change the frequency for us.
Look, it's a very
Because we're
important
holding the
distinction.
gang together.
You're not, you just
chill out.
sit there and
Listen, stop. This is a very important distinction, and I understand you guys don't see it. I mentioned it earlier, though. There's two people in our gang. There's a type of people who like to shoot, and there's a type of people who like to exist in the city, okay? There's a certain type of people who like to shoot, who have the feeling right now that they're holding the entire gang together. Like I said earlier, I'm very proud of all of you, because this is a win. Regardless of what's happening here, right? Like the Zetas and Triads, their only answer is to remove me, but not to get rid of the Rooks. They don't have an answer for us. And it's not because of one side or the other. So, the shooters, which are like our knights and our bodyguards, essentially, our mercenaries, they're the ones that put their lives on the line for us and hold it down. That's kind of true. They're doing that in the street. But like for the shooters to simultaneously say that no one else is doing their job by still showing up even though they're getting robbed constantly day in and day out, that's just not fair. And like these people, they still want to exist in the city in the way they exist as well.
Can I make a very important point here?
Yes.
Why did you allow Gage the opportunity to join back when you didn't allow the same opportunity to people who jumped off the crane?
We did. We did. We offered the same opportunity to everyone. Yeah, we asked everyone what their opinion and why they took the vote and what they thought the vote meant. And the people who
not the same as offering the opportunity to survive. I value you and I appreciate you
we
as a
offered
leader,
that.
but in the end, it is you who made the people jump off the crane. And then
No,
we
took a vote, Damon.
The person
We took a vote, Damon. That was a vote between everyone.
But then you offered Gage the same opportunity to come back.
Because Gage, and like I said, Gage had the reasoning that made sense. It wasn't just some sort of, so it wasn't a coup in Gage's opinion. And to be honest, the other, let me finish. The other people who took Gage's offer were already in a position of displeasure, except Tanjiro, which is the saddest of them all. But the rest of them were already like wanting to leave, which is why like we did what we did. They actually, Ray Jensen specifically said I was going to leave, but I wanted to change the leadership, and whether or not the leadership, I actually asked Ray specifically, did he think Gage would succeed as a leader in the Rooks, and that the Rooks would survive, and he said no. So I asked why he did it, and he said, well, I wanted to change, and I said, but didn't you already say that you were planning on leaving anyway? And he said, yeah, he was planning on leaving either way. So he wanted to watch the house burn behind him, really.
Those to be heard now. If not,
what the
we will
stuff?
Continue to proceed. Does anyone have any questions?
Is that a fucking boat? Is that a boat?
Guys,
focus.
Sorry. Boat. Just driving by.
If anyone
just a
has
boat.
any new questions that will bring up new content about topics and situations we can discuss, let those questions be heard now. Okay, go ahead, Frank.
Alright.
I got Frank. Okay.
Alright, so basically, obviously, we all know that if D steps down, then the war's ended, but will their kind of, in their own words, open season still apply?
No.
No.
Open season is the same thing to them. It was only open, quote unquote,
Why are they not
open
hitting
season from the
NLA and
beginning.
WCA? Same
Oh,
reason.
Open season was
not
actually,
open
if they were
season with
abiding by
anyone
their own rules,
besides
NLA
us.
and WCA would be getting hit.
Yeah, but they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Danica, your question?
I want to know from Gage himself what he would do to make sure that the Rooks survive. What kind
Great
of
question. All right,
diplomacy
Gage.
would be
That's
put
a
into
very good
place?
question. Yeah,
Because
very good question.
everyone here, regardless of what's happened in the past, what we need to know is the future, and that kind of starts.
Wait,
now.
what was the question? I'm sorry,
I
I didn't hear the question.
What can Gage
Go ahead
do
and
to make the Rooks survive?
I
So
think Gage can answer
basically,
that question perfectly.
so basically, even when I came in and found out what's going on, I knew that you guys were going to have a meeting. I contacted all of the higher ups of all the gangs and organized a ceasefire so you guys can be able to have your meeting. I have the connections. Even when I met with Jay and Perm, they said flat out that we would have complete faith if Gage was in the helm. And because they said that I take the time to make the connections with everything, everybody that's been here for a while already knows that it doesn't matter if you're at the top of the food chain at the bottom. I still care for you. I'm still going to bust my ass for you. And I'm still going to talk to you every day, asking how we can improve what's going on here. At the end of the day, we all come back here and we hang out with our family, not because we have to, but because of the bonds that we build. The more time we spend together, not just ganging, but spending time to get to know each other.
The fuck?
That you put into
Honestly,
building the
Dwayne, you
relationship.
guys gotta get out of here.
Well, Romano, Mr. Romano, please
Guys,
tell your
seriously.
driver.
Oh my god, we're never gonna get
Guys,
anywhere.
seriously, please.
This is gonna last fucking 10 hours.
Could you
I need
guarantee
to wake up in
that
6.
Mr. Romano, leave now.
I would never do such. We all know that I'm a military man. All it is
Randy,
it's about relationships between organizations, taking the time, paying the
Randy.
respect to them that they've earned and
Direct
deserved.
forward.
Communication is open, and at the end of the day, a man's only as good as his
Randy,
word. And if you don't have your word,
Randy.
then to me, you're not a man or a woman per se as well.
Move, you dumbass!
That said, Gage Michaels has always been true to his word. He has never broken his word. He has been kind to us, he has been bad to us, but in the moments he has been loyal to the organization, he has brought us further than anyone in this circle right now has.
I wanted to make sure that we had time to spend. People that were
is
just
that a joke?
I wanted people to know that they don't have to gang every day. I purchased a hotel so
Tyler
I could
has
give room
done
to people
more
that
than
were
Gage with one of
that-
his hands tied behind his back.
I I didn't interrupt you when you talked. Can you please extend me the same
So,
courtesy?
when he interrupts you, you don't say
So is
anything,
that
but when I
enough?
rebuttal his interruption, you don't? Like, huh?
Dude, act like an adult, man. This is
And let's all
pathetic.
just talk. That's what we need to do. Communication. If we talk to each other like we give a shit about each other, that's when stuff happens. Let's not raise our voice. It's counterproductive.
This can't be personal anymore. This has to be for every
This has
single
to be.
person.
This is one of your, as you call it, your baby, Dimitri. And you told me and you talked.
My
You said
baby.
that you don't care what happens. That you want it to succeed, and you're willing to do whatever it takes for it to succeed. Now's the opportunity
Rooks.
for you to show
The Rooks
that,
to
it's,
succeed.
that the Rooks is more important than just you, Dimitri.
It is. The Rooks is, like I've said, and I've already, I'm the one who agreed to give up my position before the vote. I'm the one who knew they were going to ask for my resignation before anyone told me, because I knew that was their only play, because I've been in the city.
Yesterday, though.
No, you said that they have one way for this war to end, and I said, what, my resignation? And then you're like, well, yeah, that's it. But yeah, I knew before you told me. Like I said, because that's the only play that they have. Because in a fabricated war, you need a fabricated ending, and they ended the taxes, so it's not like they're gonna come ask for money for this war. There's only one way they could have ended it, and I knew it.
But it was it wasn't just one gang or two gangs. It was unanimous.
Yes,
They
because
said
they're all
that
at war with us.
That's
They would love to
the
have
whole thing. Why the stepping down? It's the taking the time. Listen, they've earned their place in this city. We gotta pay them respect.
And how many times did I respond with that by giving you promotion and saying, here, you can handle it in more ways, you can have more power with your words, because that's what you wanted. You came up to, let me finish, you came up to me saying that you didn't feel that you had enough power, essentially, to call meetings and to do what needed to be done, so I continuously gave you promotions till you could get there. And at the end of the day, you decided that wasn't enough, and you got drunk one day, and you convinced a lot of people into trying to do a coup that you didn't think was a coup. You were just trying to leave to join the Triads. And then now you're saying that Bruce Wong, the leader of the Triads, is talking to you and agreeing that if you become the leader of the Rooks, that they'll stop hitting us.
What he told
May
me
I say
directly, and there was
Gage,
other people present.
So much.
Well, hold on, Damon. Hold on, Damon. I think that answered the question about Gage. Does anyone else have any other questions?
We just need to vote.
I think a fair statement is, if Gage has wanted to join the Triads, he would have. He would have got an easy
I
position in. He
Gage
didn't.
decided disappeared from town. He just showed up like yesterday, back in town from like ever. Maybe
he's
like a week or two
already
ago.
done more than
Maybe
you.
like a week or two
I've
ago.
been back. I've been coming
Okay,
back.
He's showed up
I heard
one
one
day and he's already done more
I heard
than you.
one
Gage,
interact.
if Gage had wanted to join the Triads, he would have. He's still here.
But
He's still
giving
around.
leadership to you because another gang has suggested it as the end to war is a joke.
No one.
I think it's more. You're see
No
what
one
you're looking
suggested
is you're actually deflecting. Once again, you do. I think you're a great guy. You deflect a lot. We got to focus
just
on the
need to
main
vote.
things.
We just need
There's
to vote.
multiple organizations, and it's not just that. It's the relationship and the bonds that I have to try to secure what we're trying to do here. You guys are tired of getting fucking shot at, aren't you?
Gage right now, Gage right this second could take leadership of this gang and ensure safety
No,
for
not
every
Jersey or
single person
Gage.
in
We
the
should
city.
vote. We should just go around the
Every
circle
single person
getting
in the city.
a name
We
of
could go
any
rob
of who
stores for
people want
6
first.
hours straight if you guys wanted, with no interruptions from any gang in the city if Gage took over.
Because
Anyone
that's
else
just
that takes
essentially
over,
me or
that's
Gage,
not
and
ensured.
that's not what the vote should be about.
I
But honestly.
absolutely appreciate the leadership you have presented to this organization.
Damon,
up
we
until this
understand
point.
you
With-
appreciate
you made
Dimitri.
your
We
point
need to
like 10
stop
times.
saying that.
We got it, bro. We got it.
Damon, just
Okay,
calm
does
down.
anyone have any more questions that'll bring up new content? If not, then we need to get to the vote.
Yes.
What do you-
We
so
should
you wanna do a question?
go around and just get general statements. Like, people should just give their opinion. Just go around real quick. Because
Alright,
some
who we
people are
starting with?
just too shy to speak over top of others. We'll start Jack and we'll go around. Just give your statements. You don't have any statements. Like, you just want to say something. We're not taking a vote. We'll take a vote directly after this. If you have someone you want to lead the Rooks, this is the time to say.
Closing
Like if-
statements for everybody. Go quick.
Yeah,
no
essentially.
interruptions.
Closing
Let's go.
statements and include who
May I
you
begin?
think should be.
Closing statement.
Jack
One
is
to short
starting.
sentences, don't be
Hello?
long.
Jack, and
God
then we'll go
damn.
left.
I think I've said everything I need to say.
Any suggestions for leader?
I just think it should be someone who's a rook.
Just that's not.
More specific.
Rex, it's his
How was
turn
that
to talk. It's
more
his turn to
specific?
talk.
I don't
It's his turn to talk.
understand
It's
what you're
his
trying to
turn
say.
Chill with the hostility.
Dave.
May I present my closing statement?
We're just gonna go in
David,
circles.
Wait your turn.
Oh, Jack isn't talking.
We're going in
Said he
circles.
doesn't understand what you're asking.
It's Dave's turn. He's.
Wait.
Stop fucking pointing. Put that there.
I'm not putting anything. What are you talking about?
I haven't seen it differently.
Lee, I just want to say you've been a fucking trooper, my man. Like, you've been around for so long.
Johnny.
Like, I know I have been out of town for a long time. I ain't got a lot to say on what's been going on, because, like, I don't know what's been going on. But I do want to say that we need to fucking work together about this. Like, this animosity that I'm seeing, like, this is gonna continue on. Like, people are still gonna be pissed off after this meeting. Like, it's never gonna be the same. Like, it's bullshit, and it's fucking stupid. That's all I got to say. I don't have any recommendations for who I want.
This is taking so long.
Alright, next.
We got a lot of.
Marco.
Marco.
Oh no.
Marco, you okay?
He's opening his mouth.
You can do it, Marco.
Stretching his jaw.
Marco, you can do it. Yeah.
I'm gonna slap you in the right, Damon.
Holy shit. This guy has the worst case of stage fright I've ever seen in my life.
Fuck off, Frankie. Fuck off. Stage fright? I'm the fucking only one with a heavy out now.
What does that have to do with that? What?
Do you know what stage fright is?
Yo,
Do
chill.
you know what stage fright is?
Well, guys, we're gonna have to take that away from Damon.
Stick to the vote, boys.
Oh my god.
Dude, you don't have to give a backstory. Just cast her.
Hush, hush.
All right. Okay, so we have one vote for Dimitri. We have Whedon's vote for me, I think he said, and then.
Someone fucking write this down.
I don't think we're taking vote. We're just taking because right now there's only 2 names possible, and I think
we're
people
voting.
should. We can just have like 2 options at the end and raise hands. It'd be really quick.
Okay, well,
There is no vote for Dimitri.
Just say your
He
vote.
said
No
no.
Yeah,
closing
just
statements. Let's go.
give suggestions.
Yeah, no closing statements, right?
Marco doesn't
I was
want
just
to
making
suck
sure
it to
he
the
was
council.
done.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, no,
so I believe
Marco
that.
voted for you, D.
It's not a vote, minimum.
D, are you stepping down no matter what? Is that
Yeah, I've already
done deal?
stepped. I've stepped down way before this because I wanted to be. Because I wanted to be clear. My
then
interests
his-
are
what
what's
does his
best
vote
for the
go as?
family.
It says, I want to be-
Engage is a.
Yes, we are. We
We're
don't
not,
have time
dude.
for this.
Bruh, stop speaking and
Oh my
move on to
God,
the next
can I-
person.
Can
You're
I-
making
can I
it
go?
slower.
This
Okay,
is
no,
pathetic.
I believe that Jersey could help out. I believe that Jersey can help with the so-called disconnect between lower and higher because I talk to him every day and I deal with other people in lower command that can't get a hold of this or they have complaints in that way. So I think it's an option to see if he can rise to the, the occasion to do that. So that's my thoughts on this. And I'm, I don't remember who fucking said it, but the whole, this is kind of stupid. Johnny, I think?
Yeah, Johnny said.
Yeah, it was Johnny.
I've got no one else to suggest. I agree that Jersey is probably the best. I personally think that someone that's currently in the Rooks should be the new leader. So out of the 2 main suggestions, I would say Jersey. I agree that I don't like this, but I guess it has to happen. So.
Mr. Crosses? Crosses?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I think that Gauge could be a new leader because I think he would know how to make this gang great again. And I'm not sure about Jersey, but
He said Gauge.
oh, okay, whatever. So I think.
All right.
Frank?
Well, to be honest, I agree that a new leader should be a Rook, and I think I speak for the most people here, respectfully. Who is Gauge, man? And in terms of who should be the new leader, honestly, I think Dravens a good candidate because with this whole diplomacy stuff, he's been making he's been making a lot of headway. Other day, we were at the bank, discussing with Zetas and Triads. He was doing pretty well. I think he's a great diplomat. I think he could be leader possibly.
Check. Can you hear me? Yeah. To counter Frank's statement.
Fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
Sean.
Okay.
Alright, so I see where Frank's coming from with the Draven statement, but in the end of the day, I also like Jersey. It ends with that end the war. If we elected Jersey, would war end?
No.
I don't think it would.
No.
I love Jersey. I really do.
I think it would. I
But-
think that.
No, it would not. Jay Gamble would literally stomp all over him.
Let Sean finish.
Yeah,
Let Sean finish.
but-
Let Sean finish.
I know Gage has done stuff, and I don't know to what extent, but he came here and he had some good points, and so I do think that even though some may not consider him a Rook, I could see Damon brought up a good point. If he doesn't do well, we can have this vote again later. So I guess I vote with Gage right now.
Okay, because since no one's keeping track, we're gonna have to run a whole lap around circle again. Because some
I'm
people.
keeping track, but we should run a lap anyway. Oksana?
No, I want to make sure we get it right though, so I want to redo it.
So I know I've been out of town for a few weeks, but coming into this circle, I've never seen people switch so quick on each other, and that kind of pisses me off.
You didn't see Jamar Bavarian from the Wilton? Kappa.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
He's-
But I'm gonna have to go with Jerzy.
Oksana, is that you? Okay.
Damon, shut up.
Damon, why are you this way? Just let him.
I can't recognize your face.
Lewis, dude, it's not
popped up
your
on
turn,
adrenaline,
man.
guys.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you again.
Shotgun makes me
Okay,
excited.
here we go. Lewis is talking.
So with that being said, I suggest that might be a good suggestion because he have a good relationship in town, and from what I know from him, he is pretty much like a loyal guy, and I really trust him. So
You said
that's
Gauge?
one thing I had to say. Yeah, Gauge.
Gauge.
I love drugs.
Do you mind if I quickly say something well before Randy speaks?
No, it's not your.
We didn't let anyone else speak it.
Okay.
Get capped.
Maybe just get in the circle.
Just
time,
fair.
and then you can say something.
Yeah, hop in.
You just hop in, bud.
No cutsies. The line starts behind.
He's chill, brother.
Behind, where the fuck's that guy? I don't even know him.
Go behind Damon.
Not Damon.
There you go.
Frank, you got any spaghetti in bag?
Thanks, bro. Let me.
So get your popcorn out.
Okay, that's a vote for Gauge, alright.
Danica.
This is super difficult because we've been forced into this situation and we're kind of being told by another gang who we should pick. However, I am thinking of the lesser evil and the greater good for the family, and I'm going to say that Gauge would probably be able to do that for us. And I know there's been shit in the past, but we shoot our once allies all the fucking time, and then we're friends with them again. So what's the difference?
That does not make it okay though, does it?
No, it does not make it okay.
Let's not interrupt
That's
each
why
other.
we're in
But
this
that's,
mess.
it's you know, but right now we're in a very difficult situation, and we need something secure to get out of it. And I'm just seeing it from a purely logical point of view, with the only loyalty I have is to the Rooks in general, not one person in particular. And if it means that we can at least find some peace, some diplomacy, and we can get back on track, then that is what I will vote for.
I think Lucas is just to the point.
Okay, you done?
Wait, Lucas already said. Okay. What I want is a solution. I think that between the two, Jerzy and Gauge, although Jerzy could be a decent leader, Gauge is right now offering an initial solution. So I'm gonna go with Gauge.
I don't think it should be between Jerzy or Gauge, but rather, do you want to Rook, or are you okay with Gauge? That's the real question, I think, at this
Why
point.
are you saying this mid-vote right now?
Okay.
It's the initial solution.
That's not... Because other people have said different things.
Let's let everybody have a vote and respect everybody.
Alright, Alex is next.
Both for Gauge. Frankie, I believe you're up with Tyler? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's Frankie.
I mean, alright. So I'll be quick. Personally, I think this forceful change, although we don't want to be fucking in a war, it seems incredibly manipulative from the the much larger gangs than us. I agree with D. I think Jerzy should step in. He's in town every time I'm in fucking town. He's getting work done. He's recruiting people. He's always in communication. He's very reliable. My vote is for Jerzy, but I'm okay if we go with Gage. If that's gonna stop the war, that way we can figure out what the fuck is going on. Meanwhile, D, I love you, man, but fuck, it is what it is. I'm glad you can stay. And yeah, I'm passing a bag of spaghetti around if anyone wants some. That's all I got. I don't know who has it right now.
Sorry guys, I just recovered from a code 0. Who's next?
You're up, finally, Damon. Get to the point. Oh my
Ladies
god.
and gentlemen, D,
Here we go. God
you
damn.
are an amazing leader.
Oh my god.
But during this time, during this day, during this moment, we need someone else to resolve the situation we have now.
You're not voting on me. I've already said that.
Just cast.
Yes,
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry. Gage, you are the person to bring us out from where we are now. I'm voting for Gage.
Well said, Damon. Well said.
Well said. Let's go.
Guys, it's not between me or Gage. Like,
If they want to vote for Gage, let them vote for Gage. Why are you getting nervous, bro?
no, I'm saying, what the fuck are you talking about?
Rex,
Like,
why? Rex.
This is nothing personal.
I know. What the hell?
I already fucking said he's stepping down.
Stop trying to vote for me is what I'm saying. Like, or even talking about it. Yeah, it's like, Jesus.
Tyler.
Tyler.
Tyler's you, bro.
It's my turn now?
Yes.
Alright, so my vote is personally going to be for Gage, because I don't know how I couldn't. I wouldn't be standing here right now if it wasn't for him. And I do have something to say. So Jerzy actually hasn't said a single word, so I don't really know his policies at all, and I don't know how people can be voting for him, especially when we're basing it off time in town, when I've actually, in my opinion, been in town longer, and I don't think that's all we should be looking at. I think we should be looking at who's going to save us from this war. And like I said, I haven't heard Jerzy speak at all, so I don't know what his viewpoints are, what his plan is. So for that, it's just, I'm going to have to go with Kate.
There's an issue that we have here, and the fact is that we have no one else, aside from Dante, who is indisposed right now, to take up the mantle if something like this happened. And
Jimmy and
I mean, we do, but the fact that no one has kind of, or they haven't made that kind of impression, is a little bit sad, to be honest.
Jimmy?
Yeah, so, I mean, as someone that's lost, like, a couple $100K to this fucking war, I want it to end too. But, that being said, I wouldn't want, like, I can't condone passing leadership to a guy who I don't even know, who's not really, like, in the fame presently. I know Jerzy's out here every day. He's on Freak with us, even the associates, you know? So, yeah, I'm gonna rock with Jerzy on this.
Can we let Jerzy voice his opinion so we know who we're putting in? Like, I don't know a single thing what he wants, what you guys are voting for. We're just putting him up because he's been in town.
Finish your turn, please. There's one more person to speak.
This is why we're suggesting who we think should go up, and really it's a
Then we're gonna narrow it
or
down to
Gage.
two.
Pretty much, that's what we're.
Yeah,
That's the whole idea in this whole circle. I just want to make sure that you know, it's not just like like a fractured vote that ends up getting someone not everyone really agrees with due to other people wanting two different people that are kind of similar. Like, for instance, two people voting for a rook because they're rooks, and then that just ruining the vote.
Yeah, that's
So really,
guys.
right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Same thing as Jimmy, like, I never been around with Gauge or anything, I've been around with Jerzy and stuff, so yeah, for me it would be Jerzy. I just don't know Gauge, so I can't say he's gonna be a leader.
It's gonna be tight.
Jack, what was your vote, Jack?
Jerzy.
Can I ask a really quick question? Whoever gets appointed as leader, where is Dimitri going to go?
He's going to high command.
Yeah, what rank? Just under boss, or?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It kind of does.
It does. That's likely to depend on who takes over, to be honest. I'm going to go through. In my memory, we have Dave. Dave wanted Tyler or Rook, someone that, was in the family. Johnny wanted question mark. He doesn't know what he wants. He's the only one who hasn't actually, you're the one who actually like,
If he's a 5
said whether you want a Rook or a Gauge or what. Do you want to say it now or keep out?
Well, I'm saying no contest. I think this whole thing's fucking stupid.
Okay. Marco wanted a Rook. He was okay with the war, right? Alex, I think you got out of order, but you wanted Gauge. Raven, you wanted Jerzy or a Rook. Harley also wanted Jerzy or a Rook. Leo wanted Gauge. Frank wanted a Rook. He wanted Draven, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good choice too. Sean wanted Gauge. Oksana said Jerzy or a Rook. Lewis said Gauge. If I'm getting any of this incorrect, just correct me. I'm pretty sure they're all correct. Randy, what did you say? You said Gauge?
Randy said Gauge.
Anyone else memorizing this as we go as well?
Yes.
Okay. Mechanica said Gauge. Lucas says Jerzy or Rook, right?
Lucas said Gauge.
No, wait. Which Lucas am I looking at?
Lucas Wright? Lucas Clark there? Or Clark?
Yeah, my bad. My memory, Yeah, he said Gauge, so Draven obviously said Gauge.
Alex said Gauge too.
He's the second Alex that said Gauge.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I got this accurate. Give me a second. Rex.
Go back.
What did Tony say
Gauge.
before he left?
Jimmy, get back over there.
Tony said whatever I say, which means a Rook.
Can we have a tally of the vote?
Frank said Jerzy,
Yeah, either or. I'm kind of indifferent.
right? Or Rook.
No contest.
Key. What is the difference?
Damon
Say
I
one,
said
Frank.
Gauge.
said Gauge, right? Damon.
Yes. Yeah.
Tyler Gauge as well.
Yep.
Jimmy said Rook or Jerzy. Lucas Jefford said Rook. Jack said Jerzy or Rook.
What about Jerzy?
Does he get a
Already
vote?
counted, Jack.
I said, what about Jerzy?
Yeah, does he
Oh.
get a vote?
Dimitri doesn't get a vote, doesn't he?
There's
Dimitri,
cough
cough
drop.
drop.
Hell yeah, I get a vote. So does
She
Jerzy.
gets a
Oh,
vote.
look at that. The sun is
Jersey.
rising.
I wonder who's gonna vote for.
We're gonna vote for a Rook.
I just came back from Code Zero. Has my vote been skipped?
Harley, no.
You got it. You got it.
Gotcha. Jersey? You in your head?
No.
Oh. You want to come and give your opinion?
Hello. Fucking hello, me.
No.
I need your opinion.
So, the only thing that's important here is the war.
Come to the circle, please.
And the only thing that's important here is the war ending and the family surviving. They're oh, fucking god damn, you guys are so rushing.
Dude, we've been here all night. The sun's rising.
Sun's fucking
I
rising,
know.
Jersey.
I've been over here, you know, listening to you guys fucking argue with each other and yell at each other like fucking children. All of you. I'm not gonna vote on who I think should be put in the position, but I think the person that gets put in the position should want what the family wants.
Peace.
Does that mean it should be someone in the family, or?
If I may speak, Jersey, I think the family has decided on who takes the leadership role. However, we're all in agreement that we want peace.
And that's all that's important.
So, do you think it should be a current Rook or no?
I mean, that would make sense.
Can I ask a question, Dimitri? Jersey, do you want to lead the Rooks?
I mean, I'm not against stepping up and leading you guys, but things would be done different.
He's like the most humble person here. If you're counting
Is who here?
Jersey and me.
In your own opinion, Jersey, and you know that we are friends and we go back, so speak what you think. Do you think, between me and you, who would be able to end this war, be able to unite the lower and higher ranks, and push this into a positive direction? And I know it's a hard thing to do, but do a little soul searching, and you speak from your heart on which you think.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of the people here don't actually know you, so you know a lot of the members in Zeta's tribes and all that, and I do as well. It really comes down to who they're willing to listen to.
And what is your opinion on how it would go? I already know because I've made the talks, but how do you think it would go?
I mean, I think either one of us would have a good chance at resolving this.
Okay, hold on. How about this? The left side are the people that are voting for Gage, and the right are people that are voting for Jersey. Let's just do it simple as that. We don't have to do a circle thing.
The middle for indifference.
No indifference.
There's no indifference.
Over here, oh no, we can't do that to Johnny. His head will explode. We can't do that to my man. His head will explode, guys.
I'm gonna fuck you guys.
No. Okay.
Johnny, no!
Well, just stand by Gage if you want Gage, just stand by Jersey if you want Jersey. That makes it fucking easier.
Johnny, relax. We're gonna
stand by who you want.
You can still have
Johnny.
Over where you were.
Okay.
Do a line of coke. It'll be all.
Problem is, like, I don't know either of those candidates that well.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. This is for Rook and this is for Gage, because that's the real. That's
Wait,
the
Jersey's
real.
on for Gage?
Stand by
The
Jersey
middle
if you want
side's
Jersey.
family.
Stand by fucking Gage if you want Gage.
Yeah. This is for Rook or for Jerzy.
If you said D, Margot, that means you want a Rook.
Can I vote for Johnny?
That would still be a Rook.
Draven
That's
code
on this
0,
side.
Draven code 0.
Alright, it hasn't been said, but I'll sacrifice myself and I'll put myself. Alright, anyone who wants to vote for me,
Alright,
Okay, man, I'm in.
Okay, let's go, Frankie.
Just say spaghetti as loud as you can.
Spaghetti.
Oh, yep, spaghetti. It's in.
Okay,
Spaghetto!
Guys, please. Let's get this done. Now, Draven is on this side, but he is code 0. How many people do we have? Can you count, Dimitri?
Are you? Yeah.
Tony was on our side.
Did you add Draven?
Tony's over here.
Okay, what did I...
I must say, I do like the idea of Don.
God damn it, I hope we're not the tiebreakers.
Definitely gonna be over there.
Better not.
I'm gonna...
We'll have to rock, paper, scissors.
Tony was definitely not with you guys. Hello? Any Rizzo?
He was not.
Tony was
Rizzo
100% not.
No, he was not. Greco was with us. Rizzo was not. Oh, we're forgetting Greco. Greco was here.
Yeah, I got his vote tabulated. Oh, we're doing
Rizzo
room.
was
I
with
see.
you. Rizzo was with you.
This.
Alright, guys. All goes
I think we're
wrong.
choosing.
Show me the man.
This is the split.
Dave, I thought you said you were Tyler or Rook. I'm okay with Tyler, to be honest.
Just make a decision, guys. It is what it is, you know. Just you gotta look at the two parties here and just
Wait,
feel
can
what you
someone
feel.
tell me what the tally is right now?
Well, we don't know, because are they sticking out?
They're waiting for them to find out.
Deciding.
What is it right now, though? What is it right now?
Right now, it's 1, 2.
150 to 4. Shit, my math's wrong. Sorry.
You guys have to add Rizzo
We have
to your...
12. Yeah, we have 12.
We have 13, so they literally decided.
No, you guys have a Gauge. He doesn't vote.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, god damn it.
Technically, he's a Rook. It's retarded, but we have to abide by it.
Well, we
Okay,
Jerzy
step
did.
out, plus Rizzo, we have 12. It's 12-12. They literally... It's dead even.
Wait,
It's
you guys
set
have
that it
Rizzo?
should be a
Rizzo.
Rook.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good.
It's 12
Yeah, that's
12.
rough.
We're evenly split. Johnny,
What's up,
Aberdeen, and
Johnny?
Whedon.
What's up,
Whedon, I
Johnny?
swear.
Oh god. See what we have to choose. We're choosing between two groups of fucking friends here.
Wait. Look, Jerzy, can you stay still for a second?
My question is, does Gage have to be the one, like, in command? Like I said, I just don't know him. I know Tyler. I know
Okay,
Tyler
so
could make a good leader.
Dave, can I speak for a second? So here is how I would like to see it work. I believe that no decision should be made by one man and one man only. I think there should be a trusted group, a parliament when it comes to serious, real serious, as well as speaking to the lower people as well. I think you need everybody's opinion to make a decision. All I'll be is a face. That's it. We make decisions as a group, and that's how we do. We live together, we die together, we breathe together. That's how we need to do it.
Yes, sir.
How is it any different? That's what we do.
Because
That's what we do. We don't have to.
To think that the same wouldn't apply with Jerzy's scenario or any
That's
other
like-
Rook
yeah.
is like ridiculous.
That's absurd.
To think like that, yeah, you're just the
Yeah.
thing.
And I never
Like anyone
down
else,
Jerzy.
anyone else.
I didn't down just
Oh no, but to like
never would I
to
talk
make
bad
that the overall example of why you should be it is ridiculous.
Well,
like
would you
it,
like
it
me to
makes
go
you
more
not
simplistic?
it makes you not
I-
special from there on. You know what I
I
mean?
spoke directly with Bruce Wong. Bruce Wong spared their lives and told me to reform the Rooks. DeAndre
Was that
came up
after
to
you
me
went to him?
from
After
WCA.
the coup?
No, that was not. This was when I saved the guy's life that you never showed up at.
Which
When I
was
saved Tyler
which was
Rooks'
after
life.
you attempted the coup.
Okay. How about, and I've got no problem, that's the whole thing, is we just need to be able to do shit together. I have the relationship with the Triads, with the Zetas, with them. I love Jerzy. I will never see a single thing bad with him. If he wanted to do something where we stand side by side, but I think that it doesn't matter. We all stand side by side. I'm willing to take Jerzy anywhere to stand by my side or do anything, as well as all of you.
Okay,
We
listen.
we all
Are they
respect
gonna
Jerzy.
make a decision?
Listen, we all
Yeah,
respect
I don't know.
Jerzy
I
as
don't
much
know.
as all of you do, but he can't stop the war. Jerzy can fix internal issues, but right now what we need to focus on is external issues and stopping the war. And only
Why
Gage
can't
between
they-
the votes right now. Gage. can
Stepping
do that.
down will do that, and I can assure you that.
Yes,
What I'm-
it will. Gage. If
what
we
I'm
get
saying
Gage,
I
here
said me
is with-
stepping down will do that.
With what
No,
Gage
it
just
won't.
said,
It just won't.
can I
Jack?
say something quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
What Gage just said, you heard him, that he appreciates Jerzy or whatever, and if he's still on, you know, high command or whatever he's in, and he works with Jerzy, isn't that pleasing both fucking sides right now?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what we said. The parliament, it will be.
Yeah,
a
why don't we do
decision.
like king and queen
That's
then?
what the parliament is.
How about king and queen
It's like
then?
a Senate or a House of Representatives, and then the leader is just the Speaker of the House, per se.
Gage needs to be leader to focus on gang
Make 'em
relations.
both.
All big
The
decisions
both
will
win.
be with the group.
Yeah,
No,
why don't we
that
have
can't-
both of them?
That's not how
To
it
be
works.
fair,
Why?
it is a tie.
Why?
That's not how that works.
Why?
Why can't it? Why
Because
can't we
Why
make
can't
that
it
work?
that's not how it works.
Wait.
It's
I
just
had a
not
gr-
how it
Why-
works.
why can't it work?
Why doesn't it work like?
If
I had
he
a
was
gang
told
with
to
7
come in
leaders
and
before, and it worked perfectly
reform
fine.
the
And
Rooks,
Jerzy, come
why
here.
can't we make that
Dude,
rule?
it's settled. That's both of them.
I had a group with
That's
7
not-
leaders
that's
before,
not
and it worked perfectly.
Walk
well,
over
it
here
obviously
if you
didn't
wouldn't
because
mind
it's
both
dead,
of them.
Sean. It
Come
obviously
stand
didn't
next
work
to me
just
if
fine,
you
did it?
wouldn't mind both of them.
Frankie,
You know
what?
that's-
What?
You know it's fucking doable.
Okay.
You know it's fucking doable.
Okay, this
Dave,
is not what we want.
Dave, see, we didn't work out.
Not
though.
what
You guys
you
are forgetting
want.
all these gangs you're mentioning are dead right now. Like, what?
Guys, this is not how this works. You can't have both. It's one or the other. That's
It don't matter, it's 12
can
all, it's based on these
absolutely
two
have
ends, it don't
both.
matter, is it?
Oh,
Let
can
them vote,
absolutely
and
have
that's the
both.
decision.
Guys, chill out, chill out. Can we all go back to our respective sides?
It just makes sense. Listen.
Yeah,
It just makes sense. Bring Gage in.
Won't work.
We need some fresh talent, right?
I'm
Bring
sorry,
Gage
but they said
and bring Jerzy.
he wanted Gage to reform the Rooks. Is that not what was said?
It won't
Absolutely
work.
can work.
So have him reform it and get the fuck out.
I'm
What
saying,
do you know
I'm
about
saying that's what he
gang
said, right?
relations?
Reform it.
It's
So
not-
why can't he make it where they're
It
both
can
in charge of
absolutely
shit
work.
and they work together?
No, you know
Exactly.
that's just not how it
Gage can go
Tell us
and
why it
communicate
doesn't
all
work,
this other
then.
stuff, and Jerzy
Because
can
every
work
gang you
within
guys
the
have mentioned
family.
that have co-leaders is dead right now. Why are you in Rook clothing right now? Because your gangs haven't worked with co-leaders.
Yeah, and
Hey,
he was in
we
one of
choose,
them
I'm on
guys.
this side.
I don't know
I'm on
about
this
y'all,
side.
but this is the first gang I've ever joined, Rex. So
Come on this side.
I'm with y'all to the fucking.
What's
Just you,
who's
Jimmy.
Raven? What is it?
Why are your hands up, Johnny?
I can't quote that.
What is it, Raven?
Shoot.
Against that.
What gang was I in? I wasn't in.
Somebody
Mental children.
Alright,
that everybody
listen.
knows that should be.
Lewis, come here. Lewis, come here.
That's all. I know
Myself,
only view.
okay. Can I talk real quick? Myself and Jerzy had a conversation. We agreed that working side by side will be the best kind of
not
thing,
gonna work.
as well as having the parliament.
Shut up.
But he said that he would like me to take lead and be the face to when we do this stuff.
It's
that he will
settled
be
then.
beside me as well.
There we go. We got it.
Jersey.
So,
Say that one more time.
Jersey gets a promotion and Gage gets pulled in.
Yeah, can I
That's the
hear
vote for.
Jersey actually
Can
say
you-
something about that?
Can you
please?
say this one more time?
So basically, what he said, or that we discussed, was that I would be the face of the Rooks, that I would take lead, but we would do stuff together as well as do stuff with everybody else. As our negotiations and contacts and communication go with other gangs. He said that he would allow me to take over lead, be the face of the Rooks, and we would make decisions together as well as with everybody else.
I agree to this. I agree.
I agree.
It's a compromise that right now we all
Wait.
need.
Alright,
So
meet
will
in
you
the
guys
middle
be
if
the
you
same
agree.
rank,
So-
or like
Meet in
Jack
the middle
said,
if you
will be
agree.
What are
It
we
would
talking
be-
about?
We're just
Oh,
fine
I
with
would
it.
be.
Gage will be the. Go ahead.
Yes, basically what it'd be is he'd be underboss or something like that. We'd be side by side. I would be the face as far as when we're doing negotiations, everything.
Jersey,
that I
to be
would
honest,
take.
Jersey was. I mean, no one here knows it, but Jersey was about to be underboss yesterday anyway. Before that all
Yeah.
happened.
And that's this
So
is
he gets
what
that
me and
promotion.
him discussed and kind of
So I don't
swallowed
see
our
how
stuff.
I don't see how bringing you from an outside and putting you in over top of him.
Dimitri,
resolves-
we already voted. Why are you still
Yeah,
trying to
this
argue?
is, right now we're to
Well,
15
yeah,
going
we
It's
into.
over.
We already voted
It's
for
not-
the guy.
No. I'm just saying, like, this is. It.
You s-
It's fine. It's gonna work because I think anyone's, like I said, I've already stepped down, so I think me stepping down and anyone taking over is going to result in the war ending. What I'm saying is what Harley says comes to ring true, where the lower command doesn't get to draw the meeting. So if Jerzy were to, for instance, all I'm saying is the moment this ends, there's nothing stopping Gage from just removing Jerzy.
I would not. I have never went and backdoored fucking. Listen, ask Jerzy himself. Ask Jerzy himself if he thought that I would betray him. He knows that. Ask Jerzy. I had the opportunity.
I didn't think he'd betray us either, to be honest.
Well, ask Jerzy.
No
I
one
hit
did,
him
honestly.
one time. I gave him a word, made a promise with him. And Jerzy, did I go back on that word?
Tyler,
No, you
Can I
didn't.
suggest
That's
something?
why
Can I suggest something?
Jerzy,
please?
do you Jerzy think that Gage will respect you as his underboss, and you will have an equal opinion and not a undervalued opinion? And by that I mean you would have the same amount of authority as him.
Gage gave me his word on that, and I have to take him as word because Gage has never lied to me.
I need a blow
always
dryer.
kept his word and been straight with things.
I think the fact that they went
Can I
aside and
suggest
both
something?
talked it out kind of shows that.
Can I suggest something, please?
that's a
How
little
about if you know, we don't all feel comfortable with the whole, like, you know, the lower ranks won't be able to, you know, get their say. How about we make some sort of agreement right now here on paper?
It doesn't matter in the past, it's what we do in the future, in the present. As long as we
And-
push forward, and here's the whole thing, we need to be united as we push forward, no matter on what side that you voted, just like we tell people when they're up there, and you know what I'm talking about, either you're gonna fly or go. Anybody says a no to you, or votes no, you still push on. It doesn't mean anything, it's just stuff that you have to work on. We have to be able to get past on that. I'm not gonna hold any resentment for a person that pushed on Jerzy, because you know what, I respect him.
Right
and I
here.
would never have a problem with any of you guys speaking your voice. I'm not going to agree on everything you guys say, but that's the thing. We come together, we make a decision as a whole, and we push forward. We need to build and hang out with each other and start building that stuff and build that bond, something that people want to emulate. People are going to want to come to us because they see how much we care about each other, see how much we hang out with each other.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The Rooks should be definitely doing that.
Right here, right now,
Instead of
fucking Gage
shooting
Michaels?
each other and robbing each other in the street, which is what we've seen from you. Like this doesn't sit well.
If
I'm
Gage
so
Michaels
confused.
betrays us,
By the way, I'm
shut
stepped down.
that
But I don't
blast
have
rain.
a say because
Dimitri, why are we, even in the vote, you're still arguing the decision? May
because
I
the
ask?
vote's over. Hello?
Because
It's not like I can change
it's
opinions. The
honestly
vote's over.
interesting.
I'm not in
So
charge
stop
anymore.
trying to argue it.
You guys think this is going to stop?
Here's the thing.
Respectful
We gotta
clear.
just respect and talk to each other. I understand that not everybody agrees. Dimitri has his disagreements. He's going to be able to voice them. We just need to be able to voice them in a reasonable manner. Because at the end of the day, we need to have each other's backs.
Oh, thanks.
We can't just turn on each other. If we start raising our voice, it's counterproductive.
So,
Definitely.
a very important question. If the vote is over, what rank does Dimitri hold?
My idea would be to have
Yeah.
Dimitri part of the parliament, the high command.
Do you,
I
It's
agree.
earned his
I
fucking
absolutely
right to
agree.
be here.
Wait,
I think he's a great
Dimitri-
fucking guy.
Dimitri needs to be in high command.
Exactly.
There's
I
no
feel
other
like-
place.
I think that we just need to be unified and we need to make decisions together. So the parliament and everybody, plus we'll bring in everybody to discuss things. When stuff comes up and an immediate decision has to be made, we'll utilize the parliament and try to get input. We will always make sure that everybody's voice is heard, even though we're going to disagree. And we got to understand that, yes, we are going to disagree. But as long as we're able to push past that and we care about the greater good of the Rooks, that's all that fucking matters, is our success and making sure that we stay here to breathe another breath. And we can make it home to our families. And then we could be able to see each other tomorrow. I'm tired of fucking burying people. I don't want it to happen anymore. Let's fix this shit. And let's give the Rooks the name that it fucking deserves. And Dimitri has bread.
I
That's
feel
a nice
it's important
speech,
to
Gage.
note.
Those
this
bodies
is-
we're burying, you caused. So
Okay, but how many of your allies and stuff, and how that are you're now killing? Everybody has made decisions in here that has affected everybody, and it still happens every day. We shoot people that were our allies. Well, they're our enemies one day, our friends the next, our enemies, and that's just the way that the city works. But
No,
the only
that's not
one
how
thing,
that's
the
not how
only
the
one
city should
thing,
work.
the only one thing that I think is that we need to be proud that we're Rooks. Unless we're asked by a cop, if you're approached and someone asks you are a Rook, you're damn fucking right, I'm a Rook.
Yeah, we're not gonna be going up to Perm and saying what's a Rook.
Because that just makes us look like we're hiding, that we're embarrassed, we're afraid. I understand about being a little silent about what we do. They don't need to know what we do every day, but they need to know who we are. We are the fucking Rooks.
I assure you, the moment the Rooks become a street gang is the moment that all the gangs will just target you even more than they already have.
And that's not a plan. That is no plan at all. And I'm sure that Jerzy and the people, there is nothing. We are not going to be a street
no one's
gang.
dividing anything. Everyone's voted. We've made our decision. This is happening.
Do you think that I
We're
would want
debating.
any of us to run around with baggy jeans thinking we're thugs? Do I look like a thug? I am in no way, shape, or form. I like to dress nice.
Frank, don't
I like
talk.
our war uniforms. I like everything. Let's just do things together. Let's push forward. Let's ignore the past. Let's push fucking forward.
Dimitri, you are an amazing leader. You have brought us.
Jesus, dude, I know, I got it.
Oh.
Yo, can we someone quote that, please? Dimitri, you...
Jesus. Guys, this decision is already done. There's no one trying to convince anyone of changing the decision. I'm stating the facts.
So, we basically need to figure out how we push here from forward. We need to get our meetings set up. We need to meet with these organizations. We need to let them know what's happening. I want to make sure that all our members know everyone that's in high command or anything. And obviously I haven't talked to Jerzy or the people that are appointed parliament, but I think we can all agree that we need to stop this war. We need to make sure that we know these people. We need to have relationships with these other organizations, whether we like it or not. We have to have a working relationship with them. They have earned their place in this city, and it's time for us to earn ours and continue to do so and make us flourish again.
So, important question from here on out. Gauge, if you are taking control, what's your next step? From here on out, where will you go?
Here's what I would do here's what I'm going to do is me and Jerzy are going to talk, and we're also going to talk to all of you guys. I want to hear from you. I know, in my opinion, you obviously know who should be in the parliament as far as the upper high command. I have people that I want to nominate. I want to hear from you guys as far as that. Tyler, Rex Rogers, Lewis, all these different people that are busting their ass, that didn't hang at a bank, that are willing to fucking hit the fight head on, especially everybody else. What do you guys think? Dimitri as well, part of that group. What do you guys want to see happen as far as our high command? What people do you think have earned their place?
No. The question I'm posing is, the first question that was posed to this entire group is, who is sick of this war? We all are. How are you going to fix this war?
I'm obviously going to make sure that I talk to you guys. My plan is to go talk to Jay Gamble. He wanted to know once this meeting ended with Jay Gamble and Perm. I will then follow that up by meeting with Bruce Wong and then DeAndre. I know that we had some hiccups. I want to find out your guys' opinion on NLA. Or do communication, or we should hit them like the rat bastards they are. But that's going to be a decision that's going to be made as a whole.
WCA had a fucking reason to want to fight with us. NLA, they are the vultures.
Yeah, the NLA are going.
WCA, you're making up shit, bro.
We need to mend our relationship with WCA, in my opinion.
Yeah, we can try again. I've tried twice, but yeah, we should try again.
No, but we have not apologized.
I definitely apologize. You weren't there for it, but it definitely happened. But
they'll obviously accept it now because the council ain't gonna go to war, as they won't do on their own, will they? Just shit houses.
So while we're all here, do we want to establish the parliament? Gauge, do you think that would be a good Gauge cough drop? Gauge and Jerzy, do you guys think that...
We have a parliament right here. This is a parliament.
No, but like, Gauge, you need a cough drop, bud.
Try another flavor.
I think we should define what the word is, because parliament they vote.
I believe that the idea was to get rid of the Duke and Marquise and make one more bigger unified parliament of high command.
That is the correct idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Would be to have, instead of, obviously it'd be me and Jerzy, and then there would be under that a group of those other, instead of dividing it at 8 million different positions, let's have the hierarchy group in a circle, and then obviously we fall in line below them.
Like a senate. Perfect.
That is correct.
I think a very important question is here if D will implement himself in this reorganization. D is a very important member of the organization, and I do want to see him at the forefront of the organization, and he needs to have a say. and I need to see where he stands in all of this.
I think that was a given.
No, it's not.
My understanding, he would be another member of the parliament.
Here's what I'm thinking. Draven, I definitely think that you need to be there as well. We passed that there. Lewis, Rex, is there any? I'd love to have Dimitri. What do you guys think? Draven, Rex, anybody? Who else
Jack.
would you like to see in that group?
Jack.
Jack.
I'm putting my trust
Gage,
in
important
those,
question for you.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
You haven't been around for a very long time. Will that change? Will you be here for us?
That will change. I will be living here full time.
You've moved back to the city, so to say.
I have moved back to my hotel.
From what I heard, he got divorced at the place he moved to, so he had to come back.
All right,
I
Gage,
didn't get
I'm happy.
divorced.
All things said, Gage, I'm happy to have you back, and I really hope you have our best interests in mind. Lucas, shut the fuck up! I'm
Got
just
a lot
gonna
of work
stand
to
up
do,
my
guys.
mic. Fuck you,
Dude,
fuck
you
all of
gave
you.
a downer, Damon. Fuck.
Dimitri, are you willing to be a person that we can come to and seek advice for, since at the end of the day you want the full success of this organization?
Harley, suck my dick.
Jesus, Damon, did you just run Lewis over?
No.
Alright. So we'll come up, we need to come up and gather and get a list of objectives. Obviously, we know the medium with that. We need to get this
Rex, can you come here
group
for a
of
second?
high command set up. We need to do that pretty quick, like that way we have the foundation and can start pushing forward.